Hey everybody, it's Stephanie Old World Gamer along with Scott Devin Kane, and welcome to another episode of the Retro Indie Pixels podcast.
We're here for another week of exciting news and things that we do all the time, so you know what to expect.
Heads up, this is going to be a long one for a couple of reasons.
Yes.
First, we have a lot of news. Second, we have someone we're going to be interviewing, the developer of the new game, indie game, Kumo. Goes by the name of Greggy. Hello, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yep. If you were here for the podcast last week, we did take a look over that, and we were very impressed with what we saw. So we're definitely looking forward to digging a little deeper into this game that we are very excited for.
Indeed.
So, first thing I'm just curious about when it comes to Kumo. You were originally from the UK, and you are living in Finland now, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. Any inspiration from either of those countries that went into your world building at all?
No, not really. There is a little bit of inspiration from I can't actually remember the name of the country, but it's they're called the H blocks, which you can see in the entire architecture. If you ever take a look at the H block architecture of Pukapunku, I think it's called, you can actually see the exact resemblance in all of the architecture and buildings throughout the entire game.
Nice. Okay,
yeah. We got the we have the intro going here. It's definitely a beautiful world. What's the inspiration behind the game itself?
The inspiration was just around the story itself. Is something I wrote back when I was in college, and it's essentially about how a lot of people go through dark times, and everyone seems to put these dark times into, I've been put into a mind where everything just seems bleak and horrible, and I want to represent something horrible with a beautiful atmospheric feeling that gives you kind of like a feeling of hope. Nice.
Yeah, it looks really good. The graphical style. Usually for us, we mostly cover just your 16, 8-bit kind of pixel stuff. But again, anything that catches our interest, such as this, we always go over as well. For me, especially, it kind of seemed more like the art style of Wind Waker. Is kind of what the feeling I got from it. Just how deep and rich all the colors and stuff were. It looks really nice.
Yeah, the actual the way that the color and the aspect of the game is, I would say the original Zeldas, especially Wind Waker, do come in with how vibrant everything is. Especially if you take a look at how the water is and the visual effects that I put in, they resemble almost an exact match of how Nintendo did create those, visual effects.
There seem to be for what I've seen in the little intro is that you have sort of like a flying aspect to it. Is there going to be like a lot of just like casual exploring going on through the game?
Yeah, so the entire game is meant to feel empty, which a lot of people caught on very well. So it's all about exploring every nook and cranny, but with the flying aspect, that's solely a puzzle aspect of the entire game. So it's a way for you to actually represent your soul throughout the game.
Nice. Can you give us a little bit more insight on the main character?
Yeah, so Kumo is actually a 10-year-old boy. As you all know from the intro, he's stuck in limbo, and he's trying to find his way out. He was involved in quite a bad accident, which involved him and his parents. And that's where the entire aspect of him being stuck in limbo and trying to escape and find his parents throughout this journey is. So.
Yeah, I mean, for all the screenshots that we're going through here, everything looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it really does.
How big is the world going to be?
So currently, I don't know if you guys have actually played the demo, but the actual demo is about 35% of the first level. So each level will take you around on a casual playthrough. I'd give it a rough about 4 to 5 hours.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome. Not only that, but when you said that you
that's
actually have to search in every little nook and cranny and stuff,
Yeah.
I like that shit. I don't know why. I do the same thing in RPGs where you search. Oh well, in Clocks in Final Fantasy VI gave me elixirs, so I don't know if something's gonna have shit in it. I love that. I love when I have to actually go out of my way to look for stuff. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, obviously, as we can see here on the Kickstarter page, you're actually almost at your goal. You're at 73% with 19 days remaining.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I can tell you that now.
I can imagine it was.
Yeah, but definitely, we're definitely looking forward to like just being able to go through the entirety of this game, because like even for like the little bit of the demo was like, you know, extremely good. And see, I did have other things. You know, this is why you should prepare, folks, because I had things that I wanted to ask, and I didn't write them down, and now I'm sitting here like, what the hell was I going to say?
I told you it was going on the fly.
Yeah, right? And like,
You wrote it down.
I'm driving in my car, I'm like, man, I'm going to ask this, I'm going to ask this. Now I'm sitting here like, shit, what the hell was I thinking?
So, the composer for the game,
Okay.
how did you come across her, I guess?
Funny story actually. I have a big, I wouldn't say phobia, I have a big issue with, I'm sure everyone's seen it, the indie game Facebook pages where, you know, people are posting, hey, I'm a composer and I've done like this much work, but yet they never show any work. And I was browsing through and I released a GIF that exact day announcing the Kickstarter. And directly like at the same time, her post was there looking to collaborate, and she's done some amazing work for professional animation studios over in China, in America. She's actually Canadian.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I took a listen and I contacted her and I said, hey, I've got this Kickstarter coming out, would you be interested in, you know, writing up a contract with me and we'll get something figured out? And she was like, I'd love to. So she had a little look around on the game herself before anybody else. And she said she loves it. She loves the art style and it's exactly something that she wants to do.
Yeah.
So I instantly just turned around and went, well, here, let's get something sorted out. And the actual track that you listen to in that trailer, it took her 3 days to write. And that's completely original.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's insane. There's actually, if you listen to the gameplay trailer on Steam and then listen to the Kickstarter trailer, they're both the exact same soundtracks, but one is actually completely modified to work as a documentary style trailer. And it took her 24 hours to completely reinterpret the entire thing.
Wow.
I got a plan to know.
Maybe on this side and here.
Yeah.
It's alright, we'll continue talking whilst he's doing this.
Yeah. So, what's the best way for people to be able to find Kumo outside of the Kickstarter?
The best way would be through Steam, obviously, as you've got up here on the screen. There's Twitter, which is my handle is at Tales Art Studio. As well as Facebook, which is just Kumo Game. As for outside of social media, would be Discord, which is linked to all over my social media as well.
Cool. So for the puzzles that are in the game, so how much is that going to affect the entirety of the world?
Everything. Every single puzzle affects some aspect, whether it's small, whether it's large, of the game. Like, for example, on the trailer you just saw there, you run past this little bit of a river. That river initially stays empty. When you solve it, it fills up, and then it opens up more temples and more areas around the map. And it also makes the trees bloom, as well as rocks crumble, so you can carry on through the pathway, which will be in the full game.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
So for the main character, outside of the flight, what abilities are we going to have?
So for the main abilities, I actually shut off several of them because I didn't want to spoil too much of the game with mechanics. So as you know, we have the flight, we have the ability to read and activate the glyphs around the map, but we also have another ability, which is where you can actually turn your spirit into like a giant orb of light, and you can split it off, and you can activate more. I was about to say massive, but it's multiple barriers throughout the game, and you can actually see that in one of the areas in the demo, but it's kind of turned off at the moment because it's not fully functional.
Right.
So yeah, it doesn't look like there's actually any enemies in the game, though, right?
No, there are 0 enemies in the game. It's a completely non-violent game.
Good. Okay.
Which is, if you go through any of the media stuff nowadays, completely non-violent games are what some people are looking for at this point.
Video games cause violence. Yeah, that's why in Kumo it's all about coming back to life.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess another question I had was, seeing as you have a full story for Kumo itself, are you looking to actually turning it into a series or having a sequel, or is it just a standalone?
It's just a standalone game. So the initial story, the way that Kumo will work is, I'm hoping if we hit the stretch goal, I'll be able to bring out the other endings, because I have 4 endings planned for the game. Okay. But the entire game will be a complete standalone game. I already have plans for my next game for next year to work on.
Ooh.
Nice. So one of your stretch goals is professional voice acting. You have anybody in mind that you're able to let loose on names yet, or no?
I mean, obviously we have fantastic people who could make the game really funny, such as PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye. And a couple of members from the Game Grumps. But as for actual voice actors professionally, their main job, I'm not willing to release any names currently.
That's fair. That's fair. So, for the stretch goals, nope, no, I lost them. Where was I?
Drop on the screen in the stream right now.
There we go. Now, what was it? So, see, again, this is another one of those. I should write things down as I think of them, and then I don't do that. Go ahead, Stefan. Before I when you ask stuff, I remember things. So.
Okay. No, I was just looking at it through the Kickstarter itself as well, just seeing what else was included or featured on Nintendo Life, where we actually get some of our news as well. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to check out some of these other sites because I haven't been to any of these, and if they have any good retro news, I'd like to check
Nintendo Life.
Yeah.
Like, I was just googling on see if anybody actually responded, and I typed in Kumo, and the first one was Nintendo Life, and my entire mind just blew up. But Nintendo's, I believe, is actually the Spanish version of Nintendo.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think that's what I have. If you have anything else, Stefan.
No. Right now, I'm looking forward to playing the full game because
yes,
I'm probably
absolutely
going to do a full stream of it, same as I'm going to be doing with a lot of the other indie games that we've been looking at.
Yeah.
And we'll probably end up featuring it as a review later in another podcast because, again, why not? it looks like it's going to be a fun game. It looks like something I'm going to enjoy quite a bit. I know.
Absolutely.
If I had to give one sentence on how the game will feel at the end, is let me put it this way: I hope you have a box of tissues and just sit back and it's just a game to enjoy the story. It's not going to be something that's going to really make you want to punch your screen.
Oh no, good. That's fine. I have enough of that as it is.
Okay. Well, I guess I can make some of the puzzle that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to have some of the puzzles. I guess more. I guess hardcore. Would you say more difficult so that you could unlock different sections? I guess that you normally wouldn't get unless you could actually figure out the difficult puzzle. Like you said, like a secret ending or a secret access to another temple or whatever the case may be. So
yeah.
So if Stefan, you don't have anything else?
No, that should be everything for me. So
all right. So if you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thank you for having me here.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you who did not get to see the podcast last week, head on over to Kickstarter and look up Kumo, A Boy in the Clouds, and you will be able to check out everything that we've seen. There's a demo right there. You know, the add it to your wish list on Steam, and we would definitely love it for you guys to let us know what you think and all that good stuff. So since we are good with that, we are going to move over to my news section. I got a lot more for you guys than I normally do, trust me. So we're talking about some stuff earlier, and I
didn't actually read that headline until now. The second part of it, I'm like, what?
Oh my.
Yeah. So Walmart is ditching advertising for violent games, but guns are still in stock.
I'm out. No, I'm done.
So here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna throw this out there. I was at Walmart this afternoon because I had to pick up a couple stuff so I could hang this thing up.
Yeah,
they've already started this. Okay. Finally, children won't have to look at bloody or brutal games on the way to picking up their assault rifles. Thank God, we're safe.
Why buy
Last Saturday, a man opened fire on Walmart customers in El Paso, Texas, killing 22 and wounding 24 others. Hours later, another gunman killed 9 more in Dayton, Ohio. As has become frustratingly the norm in these occurrences, the finger of blame hasn't been pointed at, say, the mass proliferation of guns in the country, or in El Paso's case particularly, the rise of hostile anti-immigration sentiment. Not at all. Following the tragedies, President Trump placed the blame on mental illness and gruesome and grisly video games. It looks like Walmart caught the memo. Freelance writer Kenneth Shepard has been circulating literature internally released by Walmart. The letter, Immediate Action Removing Signs and Displays Referencing Violence, instructs employees to take down displays showing violent movies, hunting videos, and footage of violent video games. It also instructs staff to take down demo console units, noting Xbox and PS4 stands as the most likely to be offering violent play. It's unclear as to how many stores are affected. However, an anonymous source told Vice that this is indeed official literature being distributed by the retailer. I immediately threw it away because it's obviously a way to shift the blame from the real problem regarding the mass shootings. I didn't get to confirm this yesterday, but they aren't going to do anything about the sales of guns and ammo in the store. USA Today was able to confirm that, predictably, the store's gun sales policy has not changed. Of course. The games industry has its own problems with guns and violence. Publishers often fund arms manufacturers through licenses, after all. It's hard to see a move to erase all mention of violence from a store without withdrawing the sale of weapons themselves, as anything but an attempt to wash over the tragedy. Guns are fine, says Walmart. Just don't think about what they do. Alright, so here's what happened. Like I said, I went to Walmart today, and I just was like, you know what, I'm going to go over and check out, the video games and see if anything happened. And I go, and now, there's a big wall of movies. And I'm like, did they really do this? Did this really happen? And now the video games are in this tiny little section in the middle that's, behind all the pillars that are holding the ceiling up and all that crap. So they're impossible to look at. And they indeed did remove all of the violent stuff. I'm like, all right, so this is actually happening. Now, mind you, where the video games used to be, there is now a wall of movies. Now, do you think that they got rid of the violent movies? No. Of course they did.
I'm surprised that he placed the blame on not only the video games, but mental illness. Are you seriously going to attack mental illness? You want to do something about it, fucking, help people. Don't blame.
I'm personally not surprised that he blames video games. I'm
not. Oh, God, no.
They've
been doing that for fucking years. They blame video games for everything, but guess what? Most people relieve their stress and tension, and probably those tendencies, in video games, because, well, it feels good to, hey, I finally got through this mission and killed this dude. That felt so good to put a bullet into his head. It's not that you're like, man, I'd really like to do that in real life now. No.
I have a matter of opinion on this, which is I'm from Britain, so there's a whole nother aspect in my eyes of this. We got gun laws and everything banned back in, I think it was 98. I can't remember the exact year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. It was where our last shooting was. But now here's the thing. He sits there and points out that video games cause this. But correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Chicago have more shootings than any other state in the world, but yet they never mention video games in that one state?
Nope. Well, of course not. Because instead of like saying, hey, we have an issue and we need to deal with it, and like there are certain things that are going to help with this issue, we'd rather just be like, hey, what's the best thing that we can say to make everybody happy? Oh, these violent video games are doing it, because violent video games have been the scapegoat of like all of these tragedies since '93, since Joe Lieberman did his dumb shit in Congress almost 30 years ago. All right, so what's the best way to say, oh, hey, you know, this is going to be a problem. I don't know what to do with it right away, so why don't we just use the typical scapegoat instead of just saying, hey, you know, other things need to happen, you know? And they also bring up, like, oh, hey, there needs to be, like, gun control and blah, 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 and guns need to not be available. It's like, listen, folks, if violent people want guns, they're going to get them, you know? And it's due process is not going to stop them. Mm-hmm. You know, they're just going to go to some random place in some random hole-in-the-wall business that doesn't give a shit about gun control or about selling their weapons illegally and just get them there or get them off the street.
Hey, EB,
you know,
you have a chance at selling games again.
Yeah.
Even in the UK, like, you cannot buy a gun in the UK. People still are able to get them. Mm-hmm. But what's going to happen next? Is it going to get to the point where somebody's going to get bludgeoned in the head by a brick, literally a cement brick, and then they're literally going to turn around and go, "Oh, we're going to blame Tetris."
Yeah.
Like, is that literally what's going to happen? I mean, don't get me wrong. There are like when he hits mental illness, I don't think he's trying to attack it. I think there is an entire line there which is in that section. I mean, if you remember the incident that happened in I think it was New Zealand, where the guy went to the mosque and shot up several people, videoed it. Now that was straight up. He was saying, and they said subscribe to PewDiePie. Now that's just straight up mental. That's just mental in general. Like,
yeah.
And I think the same thing is here. It's just like the fact that it's so easy, and how angry people are, and it's so easy to get a gun nowadays, is where I think the issue is. Mm-hmm. Like personally, I think. And I agree with a few people who say this, is that they should really like lock it down to the point where if you have any form of like mental illness, depression, or any form of medical history, or any of your family members have medical history, you should not be allowed again whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Yeah. I think that they were talking about like trying to introduce red flag laws, like if there's any sort of thing, like family members can report it. And, you know, friends can report it, and if there's, you know, you attempt to buy a gun or something like that, and you have red flag against you, you can't do it.
Yeah,
strange.
I mean, like,
but,
go ahead. I mean, as you know, I'm from Finland, and we have something similar to that with credit rating, which is if you miss one payment completely on anything you get, like a contract out or a mortgage or anything, even your rent, and you miss that one payment, you will get instantly a bad credit, and it takes 2 years to be removed.
Jesus.
Like literally, like I know somebody who failed to pay. It was a €20 phone bill, and it got locked down. Like they could not get anything. They couldn't even jobs here. Like you cannot get a job with a bad credit rating.
Jesus.
Wow.
And I think they should really get a system like that and just lock down the entire country when it comes to that situation. Because I agree. I mean, this is a British guy saying this. I agree with being able to weld arms. Like I don't know what the actual term is, but carry arms, because the whole issue of why it's there is to, it's in case of a tyranny government.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole, it's a way to prevent that. And
yep.
But I think using a scapegoat of video games causes violence is a bit too ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so mental just to be able to just go out and be like, hey, video games cause violence. That's so broad. That's just to say, hey, Stefan and I, we were playing golf with friends earlier, and we were getting mad at golf with friends. Man, this golf game makes me want to go out and shoot a kindergarten. It's like, come on, give me a break. But you see how ridiculous that is. You can hear how ridiculous that is.
There's only one time where I've agreed with it, and that is with the Fortnite incident where it was saying that it was turning all kids into these raging lunatics. The only reason I agree with that is because I've seen it myself. My nephew actually broke 3 50-inch TVs because of Fortnite losing one match. So that's the only time when it comes to kids and losing, because I mean we were all the same. We all play competitive games, and we lose and we lost. I've broken monitors, I've broken keyboards and controllers, but like I think Fortnite
is very addictive. I work as a cable tech in my regular life, and if you would not believe how many kids are freaking out when either one, they don't have the internet. When's the internet? Is the internet up? Is the internet up? Is the internet up? Okay, stop, kid. I'm going to tell you when it's up. Or, oh, well, I'm on my current provider's internet in the middle of a game, so, oh, no, I can't go ahead. No, mom, no, I can't do it. Mom, don't turn off your, hold on, mom. I'm just like, okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead on your stuff outside, tell him he's got 10 minutes, and then we're going to have to come in and turn it off. And, like, I try to be nice about it, but it's like, holy shit, man. Like, and I've had parents tell me, like, oh, yeah, I spend, like, literally, like, you know, $50, $100 every week on just these cards for them to go down and buy at EB so they can buy stuff in Fortnite and stuff. And I'm like, man, kids are and I'm not, listen, and I'm not trying to badmouth Fortnite or anything. Good job, you guys made a game that people like. I mean, you know.
I'm personally, I will badmouth it.
I hate it too. I never want to play it. I'm not interested in it. Scott has played it, and that's fine. Again,
have you seen?
I've played it. It's all right, but it's like it's nothing special. So I don't understand why it's so like just like mind-bogglingly popular. It's like I played it and I'm like, this is.
It's because of the way that gaming is going in general in that regard.
Yeah,
it's hey, so and so is playing this ninja or you know whoever else. So they immediately jump out and say, okay, well if he's playing it, then I should be playing it. Like you said earlier, if PewDiePie's playing it, I should be playing it. It's like no, there's so many other games out there that you could play that are much better. Like you like third person, go play a Metal Gear game. You like building stuff? Go play fucking Minecraft. I agree. Like,
all right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the biggest issue there, and this is like with me being in indie development, I think I'm actually terrified with the way it's going. I wish it would go because like the only way that you can really get a game successful nowadays is by making something that. I mean, I wouldn't say PewDiePie really. I mean, I think he controls the internet when it comes to me. But like, for example, Ninja. I mean, if you get Ninja playing your game, boom, you're going to be stupidly like you're in the gold mine. And I think that's the biggest issue is that you know everything trends from the way people look, from the way people talk now to the way people play. And it is I mean, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But I think but at the same time, there was several. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure. Wasn't there like? Is there something like 10 shootings a month in the whole of America? Something along those lines. And you didn't hear a single person turning around and going, "Oh, Fortnite's causing kids to go and shoot up their schools." No, they never did that. It's just Fortnite's making their kids rage. Oh no, kids have anger issues.
I just don't know why they don't ever say like, well, how come every other school isn't getting the same thing happening? What happened on previous shootings? Obviously, this game wasn't at the time, so why you're just going to blame it on another one? How come not blame it on the previous one? Wouldn't that be easier? Hey, look, this game is still causing shit. Like, you just keep trying to find a different scapegoat is what it is.
I mean, I think the biggest issue does actually come, and this is going to make me sound old, from this generation. I mean, like, if you look at back when Call of Duty Modern Warfare was out and you had Halo 3, and there were still shootings then. But yeah, you didn't have video games cause them. It was just you know the guy had an issue, or the woman had an issue. I mean, look at the the horrible shooting that happened in the cinema for Batman. I mean that was disgusting, but they never blame video games. So why they bring it up again?
I don't know. So before we change the subject here, because we have to, because we can talk for an hour about this. I'm just going to throw out there, folks. If you really believe this, you need to be watching a different podcast because you're in a totally different league of just batshit crazy. Last thing I'm going to say about this before we move on, people have been violent for thousands of years. People have killed each other over cattle.
Yep.
All right?
Hey, you
People have been violent. We've had 2 world wars
Before there was...
before video games, guys. So,
And you
let's
can't
get
blame it
over
on a
this,
fucking
shall we?
abacus.
Right. Moving on. Class action lawsuit has been filed against Epic Games over Fortnite security breach. Going right into this. Class action suit has been filed against Epic Games over a 2018 data breach, which exposed Fortnite accounts to XX. Oh my god. XSS attacks. Sorry. Over 100-person class action lawsuit was filed due to the 2018 data breach, which allowed hackers to access personal information. According to Polygon, the claim filed by law firm Franklin D. Azar and Associates states Epic Games failed to maintain adequate security measures. After the flaw was exposed, Epic fixed the security hole in January 2019, but the suit claimed Epic didn't address it or notify users of the breach in a timely manner. Epic Games has not yet directly informed or notified individual Fortnite users that their personal identifiable information may be compromised as a result of the breach. As Polygon notes, Checkpoint researchers found a vulnerability in Epic Games subdomains. This allowed nefarious folks to use XSS attacks by sending a link to a user. Once a link was clicked, the user's account could be hacked into without the user providing any login credentials. It basically exposed the Fortnite player's username and password, which could then be used by the attacker to make fraudulent purchases. You may have a claim against Epic Games if you have Epic Games or Fortnite account, a credit or debit card linked to that account, and incurred charges on that linked card that you did not authorize or recognize. Polygon has reached out to the law firm for statement, and Epic has declined to comment due to the filing.
Okay.
Now, listen, guys. All right. So, rule number 1: don't click links in emails you don't know.
Don't click stuff
Okay.
that is in a web browser, period. Your
Yeah.
computer has the virus. Oh, does it? How come my antivirus didn't tell me? Why is my browser telling me? I don't need you to do this.
Second of all, if you have fraudulent purchases against your account, a lot of banks nowadays will just be like, "Hey, you've made blah 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 blah. Did you do this?" Or if you just check your account, you'd be like, "Hey, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is." You can handle that stuff real quick.
Yes.
This one specific issue, I read about this. It was actually, I think it was not that long ago, and it made me so angry because I use Unreal Engine, I use Epic Games Launcher all day, every day. Now, I can say without a doubt that Epic Games has a fantastic security system in general. Now, the moment I use another computer to try and log into my Epic Games account so I can work on my game, boom, I have to verification after verification. Now, I think the biggest issue here isn't the fact of a security breach. It's the fact that I bet you any money those people who sent the links said the following things: "Do you want some free V-Bucks?" And then instantly people have clicked on it.
Oh, God, yes.
And I think the whole target of this law firm, there are some, I don't know if you know the public details about how much Epic Games made in 1 year off Fortnite, but let me put it this way.
They made a lot.
They made, I think in 1 month they made 180 million.
Yeah, I think we actually went over that in one of our previous podcasts about just how much stupid money that these people make.
It's going to be like any other game. Eventually, it's going to lose popularity. Look at WoW. WoW is popular for how long? It's still out, and people still like it.
10 plus years.
So
it's
still going to be around, yes, but it's
not
not going to keep its popularity forever. Look at PUBG.
Yeah. PUBG is still the number 1 most played game on Steam.
Damn, I didn't even realize that. Well, I guess that's how much I know about modern games.
Fortnite actually lost popularity big time. But I think the issue here isn't the security breach. I think that the law firm has turned around and gone, "Oh, these kids are too stupid to not click links. Oh, we have a case out of this, and we can hit that friggin' Fortnite money." I think that's the whole thing. I think that's literally exactly what it's meant to be.
You could not have read my mind any clearer to what point I was going to make. Of course these kids are going to fall for this stuff because they don't know any better. No. You have these 9 or 10-year-old kids are going to be like, "Free V-Bucks!" You know, and that's what this is all about.
Oh yeah,
100%. This is going to be about the hundreds of kids who are stupid enough to click links in their email.
This is literally the same conversation you could have with your grandparents. Nan, he's not a real Saudi Arabian prince. You're not a millionaire. And it's that is literally the conversation. Because don't get me wrong. Parents should be giving their kids the whole talk of when you're on the internet, don't click dodgy links. If somebody offers you something free, it's not free. It's a virus. You're going to get scammed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't send news.
And
don't
I
do
absolutely.
this.
I have. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's like the way, like, I mean, I have a daughter who, she's freaking 2 and she knows how to use my graphics tablet. I let her sit at my graphics tablet and draw for as long as she wants. Now, I know for a fact that one day I'm going to have to sit her down and give her the conversation of, don't talk to people online.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do this, don't do that. Now, I mean, I'm not going to say any names, but I know people where their kids are literally 6 or 7 years old and they're playing Roblox, and you got some creepy guy saying, hey, what's your real name? What's your number? What's your address? And then it's like, they're sat there telling them, and the parents are just there like, can we have another shot vodka? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, it's absolutely ridiculous. The fact that nobody's given the talk to these kids. I mean, my parents did. I mean,
I've done so for my kids. I absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic.
Both of my girls, they play Roblox, and that was the first thing we said. It's like, can we have these accounts? And we're like, yes, if. And the first time we find out that anything like that happens, you're done. You don't get to play it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like,
they've been really good about that.
I think people really need to use the training wheels program where, everything they say and type and do and click and upload should always go, it should reroute to the parent's computer, an entire, basically just an entire keyboard lock. Because, it's not difficult to, send a message saying, hey, I've got 100,000 free V-Bucks. You can claim them, click this link today. And then boom. What is it called? An XXS attack?
XSS, yeah.
Yeah, it's that's not difficult. So I don't think this entire thing, sorry for my language here, is a load of fucking bullshit. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I hate it. Because it's just an attack at Epic Games because, they're having problems with their Epic Games store because people don't like the way they handle it. They're making 180 million a month off Fortnite. We want some of that money. Lawsuit. I mean, look at the does anyone here know the name of the guy that plays Carlton in Fresh Prince?
Oh, Alfonso or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, Alfonso Rivera. Did you? I don't know if you heard about this, because this is the exact same statement with this. He sued Epic Games for the Carlton dance.
Yep.
And this is the exact same scenario. It's just a pinch at the money that Epic Games are making.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you were
they're making money, so
that's the best way of doing it. Hey,
and And
so
this is why I pray to God that I don't get a lot, because everyone will turn around and be like, hey.
Yeah, they're making money. Everybody wants their hands in it. So, moral of the story here, kids: don't click on links you don't know. If they're giving you free V-Bucks, they're not giving you free V-Bucks.
Sorry, Alfonso.
All this is
that I called you a has-been.
Did you call? I didn't hear that. Did you call Alfonso?
Yeah, because he is. Was he doing Dancing with the Stars? Come on, man.
Moving on. So, Discord Go Live feature allows you to stream great gameplay to up to 10 friends.
You may be able to use this.
Go Live is Go Live is a new feature rolling out next week, which allows Discord users to stream their gameplay to friends. Discord Go Live feature will be released on August 15th and will allow you to stream gameplay to up to 10 friends right from your server. It sounds rather easy, as all you have to do is hit that stream button with a stream game on your Discord server, all with one click. Friends can then view your stream using the desktop app or through their browser. They can even chat with you in the process. Go Live will allow mobile spectating later this year. According to Discord, Go Live supports low latency streaming and integrated voice chat. This service is, hardware optimized to ensure minimal impact on game performance. If you subscribe to Discord's Nitro service, you will unlock streaming quality up to 4K and 60 FPS. Nitro Classic users can stream video up to 1080p and 60 FPS. Sounds like fun, honestly. Chatting with up to 10 buddies while you share your gameplay, having them critique your abilities, and cause you to mess up by cracking a joke as if they were sitting on your couch next to you. That's how our friends are, anyway. This is... I think this should have been done ages ago.
I literally used this yesterday for the cartoon stream. It works fairly well. As far as I know, it's only in 720 and 30 FPS for regular users, unless that's just the beta thing that they have going. But apparently they are going to make it available to servers over time, but we do have access to it right now if we really need to use it.
This is kind of pointless because I don't know if people know this. You can already use it. You could have used it months ago. Like, I don't get this. Like, because all you have to do is go and screen share, then click application window and just streaming.
Oh yeah, no. That's for only with the one person. But if you can do this with up to 10 now, you couldn't do that before, as far as I know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Honestly,
this have 10 people in it.
Oh, as a group call, you mean? I hadn't thought about doing that.
So what I'm looking at this is that this is a way I'm feeling Discord is going to be selling more Discord Nitro.
More or less, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
because for the people that don't know that this stuff already exists, this is going to be a, hey, you guys can do this now. And look at how good it's going to look if you have your Discord Nitro service. It's going to be great, guys. Hint, hint, you should get Discord Nitro. Like, come on, guys.
I love Discord, but I think that Nitro is just not worth it.
It's definitely not. There isn't that much that you benefit from it.
No, I mean, if you get Nitro, what do you get? So now you get to stream in 4K when, well, I could stream in 720p before.
Yeah.
Like, you get to use your emojis on other servers.
Apparently, we were not using this. We were using an old experimental feature, according to Mr. Peter Cashel, the man of men.
Oh yeah, I see this. Okay, I don't understand it, to be honest. I think Discord needs to kind of bring something big, because their store page, terrible. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the audio calling. I still actually enjoy Skype for better quality. I find a lot of times I get robotic fucking voice from people. If Scott's not like eating and deep throating his mic, then we're not really like. There's times that he just cuts out. So yeah, it needs to be optimized better.
I mean, I've experienced that, but like, I think the great way to counteract that is you find who has a better internet connection, and then you use their service, because that's normally
also
how.
True.
I have one issue. Like I call with a friend of mine who lives in Texas, and he so that's US South, and I am in Finland, which is classed as the Russian server. Now here's the great part: it says connected, but yet when I talk, he can't hear me. So sort your crap out, Discord. Simple.
Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, moving on. Do you have more? Do you have more time to stick around?
I will have to head off. It is 2 a.m. here, and I've got
work
tomorrow.
But thank you very much for being here. We've definitely, we will definitely be keeping an eye on Kumo, and we will be giving updates in the future, and hope to talk to you again.
Thank you very much. It was great being here, and I'll check out your other podcast.
All right, thank you very much. You have a good one.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys.
Have a good one. All right. So, moving on. Capcom extends its secret Resident Evil test to fans in the United States. We went over this last week, and they were talking about how this Resident Evil test was.
And it wasn't really said that it was Resident Evil. It was just the ambassadors of Resident Evil that were going to be playing this new game.
Right. So North American fans could be about to join the Japanese counterparts in getting a sneak peek at the next Resident Evil. Capcom began sending out invites to Japanese horror aficionados last week. The team seems to be testing an unannounced new Resident Evil project and invited local Resident Evil ambassadors to an event in Shinjuku at the start of September. The invite seems to have been extended to the ambassadors in the U.S. Resident Evil fans Patrick Copeland tweeted out that on an email he received from Capcom claiming the firm is holding two hands-on events in North America, one in Los Angeles on September 20th to 21st, and one in New York in September 23rd and 24th. You have to be a member of the Resi Ambassador program to get on the event. This also means you'll have to have played Resident Evil game before. Fair enough, really. You can sign up to be an ambassador over at Capcom's site. Could this be Resident Evil 8, or is Capcom doubling down on the remake train? You'll have to wait and see. So, not much to say on this. We wanted to let you guys know that, you know, the article that we went over last week that says that this was Japanese only. Now, you Resident Evil fans who are interested in possibly getting your hands on a playtest of Resident Evil 8, you have that opportunity. Alright, so the remake of the cult classic FPS 13 is delayed until 2020. Microids and PlayMagic announced today that 13, the remake of the cult classic cell shader shooter, has been pushed to 2020. Originally slated for a November 13th release, 13 will now instead be released in 2020. A new release date has not yet been announced. This additional development time is needed to reach the level of polish we're aiming for, said Microids head of production Francois Couillon in the press release. The announcement was greeted by an overwhelming response from the fans and community and will make sure to deliver the best possible games to our fans. Originally released for the original Xbox, GameCube, and PS2 in 2003, 13 Remake will be released for Mac, PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One in physical and digital editions. I actually played 13 when it first came out.
I've seen it. Yeah, I think one of my friends got it when it first came out, but I don't know if I actually watched it.
Yeah, I originally did play it on the PS2, and if you have not played 13, this is an amazing game. It's really, really, really good. And that's my opinion. There are some people who weren't really a big fan of 13 to begin with, but I really liked it. It's a really cool game, and I definitely will let you guys know when we get some more information on that, because if you've not played 13, you really should. It's really good. Alright, so this is oh nope, wrong one. HyperLight Drifter and Mutant Year Zero will be the next free games for Epic Game Store. HyperLight Drifter and Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden are your next free games through Epic Game Store. From August 15th to 22nd, you'll be able to claim both of those games off the Epic Game Store for free. Heart Machine's HyperLight Drifter is an excellent adventure RPG in the vein of 16-bit classics. With modernized mechanics, HyperLight Drifter was successfully funded through Kickstarter and greenlit on Steam back in 2013. It has since released on PS4 and Xbox One. Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden was recently released for Switch alongside its Seed of Evil expansion. The base game was released on December 4th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. This week's free game is the 3D puzzler Gong. Gnog, or I have no idea. Gnog. The puzzle is set in the world full of toys and secrets where you'll be tasked with pointing, clicking, grabbing, pulling, and overall playing with monsters' heads. You will also be exploring the world inside their heads in either standard play or in VR. Sounds like you have something to say about HyperLight Drifter.
If you're looking for if you can get this from the Epic Game Store, get it. Even if you don't plan to play it, get it. Because it's good. Really, really good.
I haven't played it myself, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. I mean, it's
going to have to take a quick break after you first start playing it to go and relieve yourself. I'm telling you right now, it's good.
I'll have to remember to wear the adult diapers. But those games will be available from August 15th to August 22nd. So. Alright, this is the one that I came by that I thought you would enjoy, Stefan. Still There is a sci-fi story about managing a space station and navigating grief. Run a space station, mess around with bulky equipment, and converse with an AI in Still There. Still There is a new story-based adventure from developer Ghost Shark and Iceberg Interactive. Still There is a sci-fi game where you play as a lighthouse attendant, Carl, only it's a space station. One part of the game will have you maintaining the station itself, solving logic puzzles and responding to distress calls. The other is an emotional story about Carl, who seemingly left behind his family following the loss of a loved one. There's also a darker, more supernatural undertone still there that lends a psychological thriller vibe to it. Mechanically, the game appears to follow standard adventure game systems, but what sells it is a dense, complex visuals. Ghost Shark Games went with a retro future aesthetic inspired by 80s technology and no doubt the movie Alien. It looks like we'll even reference some manuals in trying to decipher some of these puzzles. The press release also mentions an AI named Gorky who assists Carl in his duties, which we briefly see in the trailer here. Still There is coming to PC, Steam, and Nintendo Switch in November. So that's we have the trailer running for you guys there. This I actually watched this. This looks really, really neat. This kind of like gives me a little bit of like keep talking and nobody dies sort of vibe.
Explodes, you mean?
Where you have to like, or nobody explodes. Yeah. It very much gives me like that vibe. The point and clicky part of it is like, whatever. You know,
I don't mind point and clicks sometimes.
Sometimes you got to do things to get through some story, but you know, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's what it comes down to most video games, anyways. Really, when you go down to get away from the graphics and the music and everything else, it's the story of the game that's usually important to the games, especially nowadays.
Right, and that's what like. Yeah, and that's what this game seems to be, you know, focused around. Is going to be like, you know, taking care of some cool space stuff and then like engaging yourself in a story. So, it will be what did I? November it will be coming out. So keep an eye on that for that. So Valve has seemingly found a way to stop Steam release date abuse. Valve has implemented new changes that it's likely intended to curb instances where developers are gaming Steam's upcoming releases feature. Over the past few months, more and more developers have spoken up about a worrying trend on Steam that has to do with game release dates and visibility on Valve's platform. Developers on Steam have the ability to set initial release dates for their games, which they can change freely. This doesn't necessarily reflect the date the public sees on the game's store page, and therein lies the trick. The information developers enter into Steam's back end is what the store's algorithm uses to determine upcoming releases. By regularly changing your game's intended release date, you have a bigger chance of landing on Steam's popular upcoming list, which ups your visibility with anyone browsing the store. If you ever saw an interesting game on that list that had a vague release date rather than sometime in the same month, this is why. Valve previously said working on a way to tackle it, and it seems the solution has been found. Steam developers Headless Ivan revealed Steam's latest update in a Reddit post. Now Valve requires developers to contact it directly if they want to change a game's intended release date. Headless Ivan posted a screenshot of the message they received when changing the release date, which stresses, you should be pretty certain that your new release date is the date you will release. Time will tell whether this is going to hurt legitimate delays, though so far at least it's cleaned up the upcoming lists. This is... I didn't even realize this was a thing until I found this article this afternoon. And this is fair. This is fair, especially for, like, you know, guys, you know, like our developer friend where we had came on, you know, when he actually wants to release his game, there could be people who are like, you know, we've been on this, we've been developing for 2 years, but we continuously push the date back so everybody sees it every time that they come to the new upcoming stuff, which hurts other developers, you know. And, you know, you being on that list every single time makes it so that the people who are legitimately releasing their games at the specific time might not get the publicity they deserve, you know. So I think this is a good improvement, and hopefully this will make it so that,
it should be fair for all developers,
people,
not just the ones who are, you know, like they say, gaming the system more or less, because that's just bullshit.
So, so hopefully this will be, you know, better for everyone in the long run. So next Pokemon Go Community Day will be held on September 15th and features Turtwig. The next Go Community Day takes part on Sunday, September 15th, and the featured Pokemon is the adorable Turtwig. Turtwig, the grass-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 4, is the new creature. The monthly event will be live between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. local time on the day. In the base Pokemon games, the Sinnoh region Pokemon evolves into Grotle starting at level 18, and at 32 it evolves into Torterra. During your Pokemon Go Community Day in September, you will receive 3 times Catch Stardust and 3-hour-long lore bonuses. Turtwig's exclusive move is currently hidden. As usual, fast TMs and charge TMs will not grant exclusive moves during the Community Day. To learn the exclusive move, you must catch or evolve the featured Pokemon during the Community Day hours. So, for those of you who are still playing Pokemon Go, you have that to look forward to in September.
Indeed.
Moving on, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are now going, or Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo to require developers to disclose odds of paid loot boxes by the end of 2020. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo will enact a policy requiring developers to disclose the odds of paid loot boxes. This new policy, which is slated to go into effect by the end of 2020, will require developers to disclose the information on the rarity or probability of obtaining random items in loot boxes. The requirement will cover the base games, updates, and all future downloadable contenting. Regarding the news, Nintendo has issued the following statement to Eurogamer. At Nintendo, ensuring that our customers can make informed choices when they play our games is very important. As part of our ongoing efforts in this area, Nintendo will require disclosure of drop rates in Nintendo Switch games that offer randomized virtual items for purchase, such as loot boxes. This requirement will apply to all games and updates to current games that add loot boxes through in-game purchases. We also offer loot tools like our Nintendo Switch Parental Controls mobile app, which empowers parents to choose what works for their family, including managing in-game purchases and setting playtime limits. Sony also issued the following statement to Eurogamer. Sony Interactive Entertainment aims to ensure PlayStation users have access to information and tools such as parental wallet controls that will help them make informed decisions about in-game purchasing. We support industry efforts to disclose the probability of obtaining randomized virtual items, known as loot boxes, and are committed to providing customers with this information for all games we produce and publish. According to the press release issued by Entertainment Software's Association, several of its publishing members have agreed to publish the odds for loot box content by no later than 2020. These publishers include Activision Blizzard, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Bungie, EA, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, and Wizards of the Coast. We commend our members for their continued efforts to listen to their customers and provide consumers with information to make more informed choices for their gameplay, reads the ESA press release. As the video game industry evolves and new features appear, we welcome an open dialogue among our community. The FTC is hosting a workshop on loot boxes today. The commission scheduled for the workshops after inquiry from the U.S. Congress members voiced concern over loot boxes and their possible links to gambling in games. This is absolutely a step in the right direction. I'm just going to throw this out there. Loot boxes have always been bullshit. Like 100% of the time. Especially paid loot boxes. Alright? So, here's the thing. Activision Blizzard is part of those publishers. However, they've been really good about their loot boxes, especially for like games like Overwatch. Overwatch fixed. They straight up fixed their loot box system a while ago. Okay, to the point where when you get a loot box or you pay for a loot box in Overwatch, you will never open something you have already opened. I think this needs to be something that needs to be implemented in all of these games. Where it's like, okay, Overwatch has how many characters in it now? Like 40 or something like that? And there's a lot of stuff that you can get. Now imagine saying, like, let's just take somebody like Diva, for instance, who has like an ungodly number of skins for some reason, or Tracer, who has like an ungodly number of skins, okay? So they have like 150 things that you can unlock for their character. I know I'm high on that number. It's more like 120 or 130, but whatever. The point of the matter is, Can you imagine being some sort of completionist and knowing that the only way that you could get that last item on your character is through random loot boxes, and you started opening stuff that you already had again? Can you imagine how frustrating that would be? Of just opening boxes over and over and over again, trying to get that one thing. I think the way that they did it with Overwatch should be the norm. This is saying that they're not going to literally just like say they're going to show you everything in the box, but it's going to give you the percentages of like, hey, you know, there's a 25% chance that when you open this box, it's going to have a legendary in it. All right, that is going to be far more transparent than just saying, you know, we have absolutely no idea what's going to come in these loot boxes. You could get like common items over and over and over and over again, and you have no say in it. So, at this point, like, I think everybody should take note from how Activision Blizzard does it with the Overwatch boxes, and start implementing things like that. Just don't get the same thing ever. When you get this item A, you should never get item A again.
Nice.
You know. So, moving on, we have 2 Pokemon stories. Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield can complete Pokejobs and grow stronger. Pokemon and Pokemon Sword and Shield can complete jobs to grow from the experience. Pokejobs are a thing in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and sending one of the creatures out to complete a job will see it grow stronger from the experience. Apparently, there are corporations and universities which request help of Pokemon through Pokejobs. You can look for jobs at the Rotomi in Pokemon centers. I'm assuming that's going to be like some sort of Rotom-based thing that you can look into. When one is available, you can send one of your box Pokemon out on the job immediately. There will be many jobs available, including cooking, protecting investments, and even helping out on a farm. Certain Pokemon types are suited for specific jobs. Sending the creatures out on a job that takes a while, or deploying multiple Pokemon can result in better rewards, such as a rare item. Pokemon will earn experience or base points upon completion, and the amount of which depends on how long they work in their types. Alongside Pokejobs, Nintendo has also released a new trailer today. It showed off Galarian forms, a current Pokemon, to the form switching Morpeko and new rivals. Sword and Shield releases worldwide on November 15th for the Switch. Man, that last line got me. This is neat.
It's a way of getting experience for your Pokemon without having to go and like grind it out all the time, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Extra way of getting experience.
It's interesting. I mean, it's different.
Scott, I've already picked out 6 of these fancy new Pokemon that I want to use, but I also have these other 6 that I want to use, so now I can level these guys up with the Pokejobs. So,
I mean, fair enough. Yeah. So, we'll have to see about what that does. If they gain experience, whether they're going to be getting the IVs for doing specific jobs. Like if you do like a tough and rugged job, you're going to get like defense IVs or something like that. Just like those little specific things for players who are like more into the game than just be like, hey, I'm going to play a Pokemon game, I'm going to finish it, I'm going to put it down. It might not really matter to them, but for people who are going to be hardcore developing teams to be able to take it to Worlds or something like that, this is stuff that's going to matter. Whether they're going to use this stuff is remains to be seen. So second Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer reveals Galarian forms and new rivals. So we have a little trailer down there. Pokemon Company has released a new Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer showing off 3 new Galarian forms. The 3 Galarian forms were released in the latest... that's what I just said. These Pokemon are Galarian Lanoon, Galarian Zigzagoon, and Galarian Weezing. Who is... and he's fairy type for some reason. Why is that fairy type?
Oh, that Zigzagoon looks fucking crazy.
Why is he...
Holy shit.
Why is he fairy type?
Oh, damn.
Why is Galarian Weezing fairy type? You also got to look at Obstagoon. a unique evolution of the badger discovered
yeah.
in the Galar region. It is a form of Zigzagoon.
And you know who he's based off of?
That guy. Yep. He's Steven Tyler. No. Kiss. Oh my God. Stephen Richards. If that's what I'm getting at. What is his name from Kiss? The lead
It's not the
dude.
lead dude from Kiss.
What the hell is his name?
No.
Not?
What? Gene Simmons. There
Oh,
you go.
Gene Simmons. Jeez Louise. Gene Simmons.
Yeah, it's supposed
Wow.
to be based off it.
I knew who I was talking about. Just the
Gene
names didn't
Richards.
come out right. The trailer looks at Morpeko, which can switch its hunger ability from full belly to hangry. Rather relatable, considering we all get a little hangry sometimes. In the trailer, you also get to look at two new rivals, Beatty and Marine. Maybe Marine. Team Yell was also revealed. They're apparently super fans of Marine. Sword and Shield releases worldwide November 15th. I really like this, the look of this Team Yell.
Apparently
They look
are
really
about
cool.
them already. Yeah.
Really? I think they look awesome. I like it, and Marine. Oh dear.
Scott.
Oh dear. Pokemon waifu material for me. I'm gonna put that out there. Team Yell may be my new favorite here. I'm just throwing that out there. Team Flare, you've got competition. I'm just throwing that out there. I really like the way she looks. So, I'm just saying, I really like her design. I really like how Team Yell looks. I like the punk gothy look. I really.
Fucking top hat.
Why is it fairy
Because he
type?
has green mustache.
Why the fuck is it fairy type? I don't get that. Like, what makes you look at that and go, man? Oh my God. Why is it fairy type? I don't understand. I'm moving on. I just don't get it. BD, I guess. I'm not a big fan of BD's design. I don't know. I definitely really like Marine's design. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm a big fan of, like the goth punk sort of look. So yeah, moving on. Before I get ridiculed anymore about having a new waifu. So, something else that might interest Stefan here. Rocket League is getting rid of loot boxes, but trading will remain.
What's going to happen to the 50
Crates,
I got
Crates, Rocket League's version of paid loot boxes, are leaving the game later this year. Rocket League developer Psyonix has announced that the plans to remove crates from the game entirely at some point later this year. Crates, randomized boxes of cosmetic items, don't reveal their contents to players before purchases and can be bought with real money. The developer says crates will be replaced with a system that shows the exact items you're buying in advance. All items currently offered for direct purchase, such as DLC cards, esports items, and the Rocket Pass Premium, will continue to be available. Though Psyonix didn't offer a target date for when crates will be removed, it's confirmed that they will remain on sale until then. It sounds like all the key details are in flux, though a number of Psyonix developers have already clarified a few points on Reddit. For instance, the developer confirmed that crates will remain in players' inventories until the rollout takes place. After that, they will be replaced with a usable alternative. Likewise, keys will remain available until that point, after which their value will be honored. Interesting Psyonix developers explained that this is not letting go of the massive economy that sprung around the key trading. The new system, whose form has yet to be confirmed, may find a way for this market to continue without the element of blind boxes. You can hit the Reddit. You can go to their Reddit for more insights. Your thoughts on this?
Blind boxes. No. Well, if that's the case, that's good. I'm glad that they're actually going to at least replace them with shit.
I mean, it would be like you said, you have how many boxes laying around, so you should at least get something for that. If they're going to be getting rid of it, so you should be compensated at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that. Don't flood the market too much, or it will depreciate the value of the things that you're trying to like add into the game. You know what I'm saying? So, Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have some new concept art and a new in-game screenshot. It's been quiet recently on the Final Fantasy VII Remake front, but there's something new for fans to admire today. Following its big showing at E3, FF7 Remake has died down a bit. Although what we were shown at the event was sizable, fans are always looking for more. Rather than make any new announcements, Square Enix instead dropped 2 new images. The first is a concept art for Sector 8 area near Midgar. The publisher also released a screenshot showing the same in-game area, though through a different angle. It certainly looks good, and the scale of Midgar in the remake already has people excited. Square Enix is among the publishers premiering new content at Gamescom, so there's a potential for more FF7 Remake news. FF7 Remake is out March 3rd on PS4. Look at this. Look at these screenshots, folks. Oh.
Oh, look at that green.
Oh. Look how amazing that looks. It looks like a real town. It looks like a real city. I don't know if you've played Final Fantasy VII, folks, but as you walk through Midgar, it doesn't feel like a town. It kind of just feels like this random place that you're going through. Here's another location in the world where you go from point A to point B, go through this, go through that, and there's nothing really super exciting about the city of Midgar. The people in the events in it, sure, but the city itself was just kind of like, it's Midgar, whatever. Looking at this, like, man, this looks extraordinary.
Like the cutscenes from Final Fantasy VIII, good.
Right? And it's going to make you feel like you're actually traversing through what this city is. And to scale, Midgar is huge. You have to understand that, like, thousands upon thousands of people lived in each section of Midgar. Okay? So you have to think that, like, the city itself probably had several 100,000, if not millions of people in it. So Midgar was huge. But, like, as you walk through it in, like, the original Final Fantasy VII game, it didn't feel huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just by this screenshot with, like, Cloud there just standing in front of these buildings, Midgar seems so much bigger. Which I think it will be, like, a great improvement to the atmosphere of what Midgar was supposed to represent. And Midgar, like, at its core, was supposed to... Yeah, I know. Then asks us sneak into... Oh, yeah. But anyway, so Midgar was always supposed to represent, like, this... I don't want to use the word hovel, because Midgar wasn't a hovel. It had... It was
like the Undercity kind of thing. Like, it was like kind of a...
Yeah. Well, it's like...
more of a rundown city that was kind of like with rebels and like that kind of shit thing, you know.
Right. And that's how, like, Barrett's hometown of Corel, that's how, like, that sort of, like, the feeling of Corel made you really identify with the people in that city. You could see what Shinra did to that city. You could see it in the atmosphere of the city. It wasn't that much bigger than Midgar when it came to, like, the actual aesthetics of the city, but just seeing that blatant warrant destruction of Corel and what it did to the people, you know, that was huge. And I think that there was a lot of missed opportunities to show, like, how some of the people lived in Midgar, you know, or, like, you know, just being able to see. Excuse me, jeez, Moxie does this to me. I'm sorry, but you know, just the people in Midgar weren't like, you know, there was a 1% of Midgar. You know what I'm saying? There were, like, the super freaking rich people. You had the Shinra Company, you had Don Cornelio, you had, you know, all of the people who, you know, made the super money, lived extravagantly, and then had, like, this poverty around them. You know? And you can see how, like, just in this screenshot alone, they're slums. They were literally called the Sector 7 slums. You know what I'm saying? You know? So this screenshot to me seems to just like bring more of like an impoverished nation rather than it being, just it's a city. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to move on because if I don't, I'm going to sit here and talk about Final Fantasy VII for another hour. Forever. Speaking of new movies to watch, the latest character video for Borderlands 3 stars Amara the Siren. Yay! We have another siren. We can take a look while I read through. The lady with 6 ethereal fists is the latest Vault Hunter to be highlighted for Borderlands 3. Video for one of the new playable Vault Hunters in Borderlands 3 is now available to watch, which we are doing now. The trailer introduces you to Amara, the game's Siren class. Skill sets available to the Siren class are Brawl, Fist of the Elements, and Mystical Assault. Start over with this article. Epic Games has taken a stand against abuse with statement defending Ooblets developer. Ever since Epic Games began establishing an Epic Game Launcher as a valid competitor to Steam, the company has come under scrutiny from players. Much of this criticism has been built around Epic's exclusivity tactics, where it pays out a large sum of money to developers to secure an initial release on its platform. We've seen it with MechWarrior 5, Tetris Effect, Zombie Army 4, and more. As well as Epic coming under fire, these developers who have chosen financial security, which is their right, have also faced fire. One of the most recent cases is Ooblets, whose developer stated in plain terms that the deal would guarantee the studio doesn't go under. Since then, the small indie team has faced waves of harassment, with people spamming them with abuse, as well as pictures of gore and pornography. Epic released a statement last night standing in solidarity with its business partners. We at Epic Games have often shared our views about the game's business and companies in it, and we support the entire game community's right to speak freely and critically about these topics, including the topic of Epic, our products, and our store. When everyone shares their earnest views, the best ideas ultimately prevail. The announcement of Ooblets highlighted a disturbing trend which is growing and undermining healthy public discourse, and that's the coordinated and deliberate creation of promotion of false information, including fake screenshots, videos, and technical analysis, accompanied by harassment of partners, promotion of hate themes, and intimidation of those with opposing views. Epic is working together with many game developers and the other partners to build what we believe to be a healthier and more competitive multi-store world for the future. We remain fully committed, and we will steadfastly support our partners throughout these challenges. Many thanks to all of you who continue to promote and advocate for healthy, truthful discussion about the game's business and stand up for all manners of abuse. Alright, guys, they literally stated, they basically just outright said, in no less words, that their deal with Epic Games would help them to not go under. So what are you harassing them for? Would you rather the company die and you not get your game just because it's a Epic Games exclusive? I mean, get off your goddamn high horse. I mean, I get it.
Here's the thing: it's all about the whole fucking bullying mentality. You can't fucking do it in real life now because people can see you, know you, and there's other people that can see you and know you and put you on social media, etc., and then you look like a piece of shit. But on the internet, you can throw up any old dumbass name you want, like Fart Eater 26, and go around and be a jerk off because no one knows who the fuck you are, and you're a little bitch at home, and you're sitting in your drawers, just like, I'm the fucking man now. These people are fucking idiots. That's the cancer on the internet right now. We need to get rid of that shit right now. We need to get rid of fucking bullying on the internet. It's the whole troll thing is like come and gone. Like fucking grow up and get a fucking life. Find something better to do.
Yeah, no joke.
Jesus
I mean, just
Christ.
It's every developer's right to do whatever they want with their development. Why is this up to you? Why is this your call? Are you developing the game? No. Are you going to pay any more or less for your game before you buy it? No. So, what the hell difference does this make to you? It's because you have this big fucking problem with Epic Games because they have Fortnite. That's your goddamn problem. And you're retarded if that's the fucking reason you hate Epic Games. You know, I'm sorry. I'm going to throw that out there. If you hate Epic Games because they're the ones that run Fortnite, you're dumb. because these guys provide you with free games every 2 weeks. They give stuff away.
And good games. It's not like it's terrible stuff. It's good games usually.
I would never have known. Now I'm going to brain fart in this name because I'm freaking Moonlighter. I would have never known what Moonlighter was if it wasn't for them. If it wasn't for, oh, hey, we did we did the article, like, hey, we do the Epic Game Store giveaway articles. Because they're free. What's better than value cost free, folks? So, like, just come on, get off the high horse of, oh, it's our Epic Game Store. They do Fortnite, so it's gonna be a whole bunch of kids playing the game. I don't want to have to listen to 10-year-olds. Use the mute feature. Many of these games that have that in-game chat have that shit, so if you don't want to listen to it, turn it the fuck off. It's that simple.
Mom!
I ran out of Yoo-hoo! Mom!
Again.
I need Yoo-hoo! Jamie won't leave me alone! I want to play Fortnite by myself! Grow the fuck up, people. Just use the mute button and get off Epic Games' dicks. Honestly, I think that they have been, like, one of, like, the most generous groups of, like, just them. They give away games every 2 weeks. Just come on, get off of it. Like, jeez, whatever. So this is more of a personal article for me because I think that this looks awesome. Tekken 7 has added new fighter Leroy Smith and returning martial artist Zafina. Bandai Namco released the first details on Tekken 7's third season, including the return of martial artist Zafina and the introduction of Leroy Smith, a brand new fighter to the series. The trailer is... Oh, jeez, I have this up here, so I can't even see. The video gives us an official description for Leroy, which reads as follows. 50 years ago, a young boy was caught up in a large-scale gang conflict in New York, losing his family and home. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It doesn't actually show anything. That's just parts of Evo. But anyway, missing for decades, he's finally returned to New York and now has a second master of martial arts, and he's out for revenge. Zafina comes out Tekken 7 this month, and Leroy Smith will debut this winter. 2 more characters are planned for the third season, releasing in winter and spring, and the season pass also includes a new feature and stage, in addition to a number of free updates. Those includes new moves for all characters, expanded practice functionality, to name a few. Bandai Namco released Solid Snake as a character this season, or teased Solid Snake as a character, except it wasn't. You see Zafina on screen right now. She looks really good now. Like, she does. Like, she looks really, really good. But if you didn't see, or if you didn't hear, they teased a thing on at the end of the Tekken tournament in Evo, and they did a little codex call between the creator of Tekken and Solid Snake, apparently, and this got everybody, like, super hyped. It's like, oh, Solid Snake's gonna be in Tekken! Hell yeah! And then they came out and were like, no, he's not. And then they got in hot water with David Hayter because I didn't ask him if they could use his voice acting in Tekken.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. But other than that, Zafina looks really, really fucking good. I mean, like, just, like, visually, she looks great. So, she's coming out in September, and Leroy will be out sometime in the winter. So, moving on.
Sorry, Leroy. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry, buddy.
No. Show Leroy. I didn't. Oh, never mind.
It's gone.
I didn't realize that you had. I didn't realize you found it. Leroy looks good. Go look it up. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate breaks Evo 2019 viewership records. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Final was the most watched Evo tournament in the event's history. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the last game at Evo 2019. Its final matches brought in 279,000 combined viewers on Twitch, well above any other game in Evo's history. This record was pointed out by esports consultant Rod Slasher Breslau on Twitter. who added that Dragon Ball Fighter Z still holds the record for the highest number of viewers in a single stream at 258,000, which it achieved last year. This new peak is surprising for a few reasons. First, Smash is generally assumed to be amongst the more niche games, or the niche fighting games at EVO. Street Fighter traditionally closes out the show, but not this year. More importantly, the prize money for Smash tournaments are generally low, with top 8 finalists earning less than $500. This year's EVO also skipped Melee, a mainstay and favorite for many. This move could have caused viewers to skip Ultimate streams altogether, but that didn't happen. It's Smash. I'm not that surprised, honestly. And they're saying that Smash is generally assumed to be a niche fighting game. Oh my god! You should see. We have, like, in my local gaming store, like my local card gaming store, like my card and board gaming store. We have like a little video game section in the back. It's like a little arena. It can hold like 20, 30 people. Whenever like the local Smash tournament shows up, Oh, it is standing room only in that room. Like 50, 60 people show up. People from out of state show up for these things. So to say that Smash is niche, I don't think so. I think that, like, just, it's so overwhelmingly popular, but so little is said about it. And I think that's a shame, especially for, like, as good as Smash Ultimate is. You know, my copy sits right there.
Dude, you probably skipped over this fucking this stupid news segment, but apparently you can get like a degree in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at some Florida university or something. And I'm just like, in what world does that look good on your resume? Hi, I'm applying to be a civil engineer. I've got some training in this and that. Oh, by the way, I also have a degree in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In case you ever get bored, want to have some fun, play some game.
Yeah, but Smash Ultimate beat out. Smash Ultimate beat out Dragon Ball Fighters by over 20,000 viewers.
Damn.
It beat out Dragon Ball, for God's sakes. So, if there's any question of the still popularity of Smash, there's none now. I honestly think if there's like more, when it gets more news out that Smash is going to be like the big thing for the end of EVO, I think next year it'll probably cap 300,000 views. If something like super drastic doesn't come out in the meantime, like Street Fighter VI, which they said isn't going to be a thing yet. Yeah. They outright said Street Fighter VI isn't going to be a thing. Maybe if King of Fighters 15 finishes before then. I'm going to go over that soon. But so moving on, this is something I'm really, really scratching my head at here, and I'm 50-50 on this. League of Legends maker Riot Games is working on a fighting game. Back in 2016, League of Legends developer Riot Games acquired Radiant Entertainment, the developer of promising Rising Thunder. The game was pitched as an accessible fighting game created by EVO co-founders. Rising Thunder never made it to release and was cancelled quickly after Riot acquired Radiant. Everyone assumed this would lead to a Riot-made fighting game, perhaps one that makes us use League of Legends' big roster, which I would be fucking down for, by the way. Mm-hmm. Well, at EVO 2019, the developer confirmed at least one of these rumors. Tom Cannon, EVO and Radiant co-founder, announced that on stage that Radiant is indeed working on a fighting game for Riot, calling it the worst kept secret in the universe. Back in 2016, when we joined forces with Riot, I said that we would go in the hole for a while. The reason why we did Rising Thunder in the first place is that we felt like fighting games deserve to be enjoyed by way more people. Cannon also added that the game is still a ways off, so don't expect release dates anytime soon. Progress, however, is being made, and it's far enough into that he's now confirmable or comfortable making it official. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making it simple as fuck. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. But on the other hand, if they can take the League of Legends roster and turn it into like a viable fighting game, oh my god!
It all depends, dude. Listen,
man,
you remember when PlayStation tried to do their own Smash Bros?
Oh, PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, some of it was fun, but
it wasn't terrible. But it also wasn't good.
Yeah.
Trust me, I played enough PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. I was Sir Daniel Fortescue main because Medieval needs a fucking remake. I'm looking at you, Sony. Medieval needs a remake.
Jesus.
God damn it. That game is... Have you played any of those games? The Medieval games?
I don't think so.
Okay, you really should because they're like amazingly good. Like back in the PS1 era, these games were godlike. They were. It's basically like the same. Like if you played Maximo at all, or it's in basically the same sort of like free roaming 3D adventure. Like
I wasn't in many of those types of games. I wasn't into 3D adventures as much as I am now, I guess. Yeah.
So for what DP Whale is saying in the comments is that making a fighting game that's really simple is going to lower its popularity.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a game, I'm going to throw it out there, and whether or not you agree with me with this is going to be up to you, but I'm right. It's Street Fighter V. Okay? Here's the problem. Street Fighter V has mechanics in it that are dead fucking simple to use. Let's just take Ryu's parry V-trigger, for instance. Parrying in Third Strike it's your effort, alright? If you parried correctly, you did it correctly, alright? It wasn't all about... Now we're looking up what you're looking up here. Why are we looking at Perrier?
Perrier?
Wait, what the fuck are we...
We're looking at Perrier. It's parrying.
Parrying. Shut up. Anyway, parrying. Okay. For Ryu, for any character in Street Fighter or Street Fighter Third Strike, you know, it was all about your timing. Ryu in Street Fighter V requires brain dead timing to be able to parry, and it makes him really good. You know, but Street Fighter V is just so brain dead simple. It's so easy to play, and it absolutely requires the skill gap in Street Fighter V is so monumentally wide that it just allows fucking anybody to be good at it. And I think that's not good for the health of a game, especially for a game that just got its new release characters in E Honda, Poison, and forget her name, but whatever. It's not good for the health of a game to be too easy. Mm-hmm. So
actually, DP Whale played a lot of Street Fighter V, competitively as well. So you guys are probably.
Oh, he's even saying in the chat, Street Fighter V is the easiest.
Yeah.
It's just Street Fighter V is far too easy, and that's why it's literally a dying franchise. Okay, yeah, cool. We added these new characters, but who cares? You didn't do anything to the game. You didn't improve anything. You didn't change anything. All right, so that's why the game is dying. That's why its popularity in streams are just catapulting. It's not that I'm saying like DP Whale saying don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad game. You know, it's Street Fighter. It's very hard to make a bad game. Outside of the first one, but outside of the first one, but. When it comes to how technically different it is compared to Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Street Fighter 4 was just oof, this is a really good game, and then Street Fighter 5 is alright, there's some new stuff, but it's just no, So you need to make sure when it comes to a fighting game that you don't do things that are just so simple that it dulls people's interest in it. You know, if you could just do A, B, 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 C, 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 and get like a 50-hit combo, who's going to give a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Because everybody can do that. That's why games that have been, like, you know, historically said that they're button mashing games, like, let's just say Soul Calibur, for instance. Soul Calibur does do combos like that. A, B, 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 C, C, C gives you combos. But they're the most basic of basic stuff. And you won't get anywhere competitively playing Soul Calibur like that. You just won't. Take a character like Ivy, for instance, who's so complex that A, B, 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 it's just like... But that's not playing Ivy. Ivy is about doing all of these, like, insane combos and making the sword go all over the place and, you know, summon suffering. Go ahead. Do summon suffering outside of Soul Calibur 3. Good luck to you, because Soul Calibur 3 made summon suffering easy, and it was stupid. But, you know, again, it's like, you have to make the game complicated enough that it has depth to it, but not too easy that it has no depth. It has to be a good place right in the middle, which I think, like, the perfect example of a game that's, like, right in the middle of that was King of Fighters 14. I think it is one of the most best put together fighting games ever made. And when it comes to, like, the best fighting game ever made, I am going to, like, waffle between Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and Capcom vs. SNK 2. Because Capcom vs. SNK 2 is just, like, so mind gamey. It's like, oof. But then Third Strike is like, the good player is always going to win because the technicality of it is so deep that it's like, you know, if you don't play against somebody who's good with Chun-Li, the game will be fun. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, I'm talking about fighting games. Sorry. Moving on. The new Switch model is out in the wild, and it can run Zelda for 5.5 hours. The new model for the Switch with improved battery life is available in some markets, and we're getting a sense of how much longer it can last. The new model of the Switch has appeared for sale in Australia and Hong Kong so far, and so there's now some evidence that the battery does indeed last longer than it used to. The video that I don't know, probably don't need to go into, but shows a new model of the Switch running the Breath of the Wild in handheld mode just to see how long it would last. The verdict? It lasted almost exactly as long as Nintendo predicted. In the video, we see that Zelda can be played in a handheld mode for 5 hours and 36 minutes, well up on the 3.5 hours at launch the launch model is generally capable of. This is a substantial bump. While the video is sped up, it's clear that the system was being played for the full length of time. Is that enough to justify a system upgrade? Probably not. But we would like to be able to replace the battery inside our own Switches. The Switch Lite, meanwhile, promises slightly boosted battery life too, although not quite as good as the new model. The new model for Switch will be available in US shops from mid-August and in the UK by September.
I don't know why they haven't done that to begin with, for the fact that, think about it, if you were a consumer and you know, Nintendo gave you the option of, oh hey, this was the original battery that comes with it, but you can also get this one that's extended now for 5.5 hours. So now, not only do you have, because you're going to want to get it, more than likely, if it's just a battery.
Absolutely.
So now you got a battery for 5.5, and your original for 3.5. Oh, well shit, that's 9 hours altogether.
Mm-hmm. Which
means, you know, all you got to do is plug it in, swap out the battery, unplug it again, give your thing, charge up the other battery while you're playing on the other one. You can basically just keep going back and forth between your two batteries.
Right. And it depends on how easy it is to switch out, though. So
yeah.
It's like, is it going to be worth it being able to try to switch out batteries? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I really hope that they do offer this to like Switch users like myself, who, you know, I have the old version of the Switch. So if they just be like, hey, you guys can just buy the battery, I'll be all about that. You know, so I'm glad to see that they actually came through with that battery promise that we talked about in a couple podcasts back.
That's going to be the biggest thing, I think, upcoming thing for anything in regards to like big upgrades is no one's gonna care that you can fold up your fucking screen. No one's gonna care if your keyboard is better or whatever. Everyone's gonna care if you can use your device for a lot longer without having to charge it back up. So battery stuff is like, that's gonna be big.
It's important. It's really important. Yeah. So, King of Fighters 15 is officially in development. Told you I'd talk about it. It's been a big weekend for fighting games at EVO. This was from August 5th, so this is a little older. And the latest announcement could be what is a preview of what to expect at EVO 20. The classic SNK fighting series is officially coming back for a 15th installment, as announced during EVO 2019. The game is in development now, and that's all we know, actually. No footage was shown, no system announced, and nothing about what the game will actually look like or how it will be different. King of Fighters 14 launched back in 2016 and received a big visual upgrade in January 2017. A few months later, it came to Steam. It reviewed well, and the series has been quiet since. There's no further news on the game, at least for now, beyond the fact it's being worked on. We will follow up once we know more.
You know what? At least they're just letting people know. You don't have to go through all the trouble of like, let's wait another 6 months before we have like a decent screenshot or a gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Like no, like just let them know like, hey guys, yeah, we're working on it, and then everyone's gonna be like, oh, well, deadly. Then we're okay. We got King of Fighters to look forward to now. That's good. Mm-hmm. At least we don't have to worry about like, are they gonna be doing a new one or not? Like, I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah. You know. All I'm saying is, give me my Terry Bogard, give me my Rock Howard. That's all I care about.
That's all Scott cares about.
Maybe throwing that Kim Cap one in there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm a Kim fan. You know what I'm saying? But once we get any new information on King of Fighters 15, I will definitely let you guys know. And last piece of news for you guys from me is Soul Calibur 6 closes out its first season pass with Cassandra, and its second will feature Samurai Showdown's Haohmaru. First batch of DLC characters for Soul Calibur 6 is just wrapping up, and a second lot is on its way. First season pass for Soul Calibur 6, which already gifted us with 2B, will wrap up tomorrow with the addition of Cassandra. The character was last seen in a mainline Soul Calibur series back in the 4th game, and fans who have been waiting for her return won't need to wait long. She's being added to the game tomorrow, which is... She's already in the game, just throwing that out there. This will not end in the game's DLC, though. During EVO 2019, a second season pass was revealed, bringing 4 new characters to the Well-Like Fighter. The first one unveiled is a new guest character, Haohmaru, from the Samurai Showdown series, will be joining the fight. Based on this trailer, which does not show off the characters in action, it looks like Haohmaru will likely be the second character in the season pass, and perhaps only guest character. Soul Calibur has known for its guest characters. 6 famously launched with Geralt from The Witcher as a playable fighter. Whether the other 3 will be new or returning fighters is unclear as of yet. I can't really say much about Cassandra. I've never really been a Cassandra or Sophitia player. No. That was definitely left up to my wife. She was definitely the Sophitia player between the two of us. So, if I was to choose between Cassandra or Sophitia, I would definitely play Cassandra because I like Cassandra's playstyle more. Where, you know, Sophitia is more about being able to just deliver like the single one hit, here's a crap load of damage, where Cassandra for me is more combo based, and she, you know,
I was more into the grabs, throws, reversals, that kind of shit.
Yeah, you strike me as an Astaroth player.
No, God no.
I'm just or Astaroth or Valdo.
Valdo was fun. But Keelik was usually my main go-to.
Oh right, you were Stick Boy. We actually talked about this the other day. Right, you played, and I played Stick Boy a lot, but I was definitely an Ivy main. Like
Ivy was
Ivy main, and
Cervantes was
after Soul Calibur 3, I definitely played more Ivy, and like it's a 60-40. It was the Ivy main and a secondary Mitsurugi player. So.
Well, for me, it was. I didn't really like. There was people who I didn't like to use, like you said, Sophitia and Cassandra. But for the most part, I'd play anybody really, as long as I felt that they were good enough to use. So
right,
like fuck,
which is kind of like,
man.
Yeah, which is why I was kind of like, I'm 50-50 on Geralt. I think his design's pretty neat and like his magic attacks are neat, but I'm like, I have definitely played a shit ton of 2B, probably more than healthy, because I really like 2B for reasons not to be disclosed. But she's actually a really good character. It's past all of the 2B waifu fandom bullshit. She's actually really good. But you know, it's just 2B.
Oh, apparently, according to what Peter's saying, the Switch has the same battery models in both generations, but because of the difference in the new Switch's hardware changes, it has a lighter footprint, which allows it to play for longer.
Oh, okay. There you know. So there you go. That means that
you wouldn't be able to. Probably, I mean, still being able to buy extra batteries probably wouldn't be a bad thing.
Right, which would be fun, but if it's the hardware itself that's going to cause the battery to, you know, there will be no really good alternative for old Switch users. But all right, so that's all that I have for my segment of the news.
Today we're going to be skipping over the world records for NES. But we're going to double down, take this week and put them in with next week's. We're actually going to title the podcast after that, so people can, you know, hey, these guys talk about the NES speedruns, because we do. I like talking about it. I wish we had a lot more time. Honestly, if I could do a 5-hour podcast, I would. I know people would fucking hate that, but still, I love that. I mean, hey, if I could do like 5 podcasts a week, I'd do it too. So, anyways,
right. And there ain't that much news to talk about.
Yeah, and as you can see at the top of my screen, I got a bit of news as well. So let's.
But before we get to any of that news, before we do any of that, we are going to be going into my favorite part. It better be your favorite part. It should be everybody's favorite part of the podcast. It is the Steam queue, and we're going to have some good shit this week. I feel like coming.
Well, I can already see the first game is one that we've already covered once, which is Give Us a Cthulhu Adventure.
It all started when I found.
Hey, don't go starting finding stuff. Hey, don't go. Hey, actually, the developer's actually playing. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it is my favorite portion. I love the Steam queue.
Indeed.
I mean, we've already looked at Give Us. We both already said that we're kind of yes on this.
Oh yeah, because we were looking at I think the Kickstarter for it. I remember correctly.
Oh, maybe we did.
Greedfall.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
I see pirate stuff, and I'm all like, oh my god! Oh, I love the environment already. What is that?
What the fuck?
Oh, this looks awesome. Give me a moment to go jerk off in the corner. Oh man, this looks great. Oh, she does not look happy to be there. Oh shit!
She did look rather stoned.
Yeah, she's all like, oh man, am I in this fucking game again? God damn it.
All I wanted to do is sit back and just drink some rum, but now I gotta play a fucking game.
Oh, I can play this. This looks fun. Oh! Oh, you dodged. Dodging's all about
Pirate Dark Souls, there you go.
Oh, shit. Where's the pirate stuff? You fucking tease me with pirates and give me any?
Yeah, I know. There's very little.
Damn. She just... Oh, you're just... Okay. There's just a few of them around. Not a big deal. You know. Oh, okay. That happened.
Wait, so you can pause the action to do things? Ah, cop out.
It could be a specific spell, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I like the. Oh, I like the little. I love the. Oh, Scott.
Oh, that little part made it look like it was multiplayer.
Oh, this is so cool. And
she's walking up. She's all sassy.
Okay.
She's like,
oh!
pirate.
backstab though.
Die, bitch.
You fuck potatoes.
No, I do not fuck potatoes. This is probably like a 30-minute video.
Oh yeah, and
we
I'm
just don't know
here
it.
like, oh no, it's like 4 minutes long though. But damn, yeah, that's going on my wish list. I know it's gonna be. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be pricey, $65. But honestly, it looks like it's a AAA title. It has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that looked good. That looked good.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 for good games at this point.
Okay, Scott, this could be fun too. It's a female protagonist. Scott's favorite.
Oh, I think I've seen this game before. This game's been out for a while. Indivisible.
It's in my Steam queue.
This is an RPG.
I'm just telling you.
I'm relatively sure this has actually been around for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Whoa. Very cartoon-styled fighting, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. That there's speedrunners for this already.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, it looks really good. Like, I would totally be about playing this.
Sorry, music.
Dude.
Ah, David Wise, you fucking genius.
Platform meets drastic or something.
Alright, so far, Stone Store. Oh,
no,
whoa.
but I would definitely be about that. Yeah.
Oh shit! That was. Did you see that? Oh, this is.
What the?
This is
Whoa!
awesome.
Whoa!
I love that it's all ASCII. This is fucking greatness.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This is fucking greatness right now.
Wow.
Even at 2-bit, eh?
That's really
Oh shit.
just snake eating its own asshole.
Dude, don't say that.
Well, what would that look like?
He's eating his tail, not his asshole. It's not like he's under like, just yum my bum.
Wow, this
This
really
actually looks pretty good, yeah. For ASCII, this is
really
fucking crazy
yeah.
looking, man. Holy shit. Whoa, what? What? Okay, this is fucking well done, man. Holy shit. For ASCII, like, that's fucked.
damn.
Oh my god. And this just came out. God damn. Thank you, Hollow Developer, for the follow. Oh my god.
Thank you, sir, for the follow. Appreciate that.
Oh,
Wow.
that looks really good. For all ASCII,
Yeah,
that
dude.
was fucking awesome. Holy
Wow.
shit. Alright.
Yeah, no joke.
Let's go to our next one. 428 Shibuya Scramble. Shibuya. No, that's not the song. Okay, never mind.
What the
Oh, visual novel. No. That's all. No. I'm sorry. I'm not into visual novels, usually.
Why? Nope.
I like when there's some sort of, like, something for me to do.
Input. Oh, rad! I wanted to talk about this a little bit, but I didn't know enough about it to actually take a look, or to
Well, now we're going to take a look.
talk about it at all. Now we're going to take a look. I was very much interested in looking at this.
Whoa. Huh?
Got a Pac-Man, Namkai Bando, or
Like,
Namkai Bando.
honestly, this reminds me of what, like, a new age Toe Jam and Earl should be like. Except, whoa, there's way more fighting in this. Okay, never mind.
Huh. looks. You know what this gives me like a feel of? Like it's like Fable.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, it's almost got Kid Chameleon-like aspects too, actually.
All right.
Which, awesome. Okay, this is kind of cool. Receive an exclusive joystick. Wait, what? Yeah, that's going on my wish list. Jesus. Alright, lots of great games.
Like I said, yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, it looked really good, but I didn't know enough about it to say anything.
Subdivision. Immersive, pulse-bending, sci-fi space shooter featuring stunning graphics and tight spaceship gameplay. And destroy enemy space. Okay, this could be cool. I won't lie, I don't mind some of these. Crimson Skies, I don't know if you've ever played that, Scott?
I have not.
That's... How would you explain it? Like, you're dogfighting against blimps and stuff, but, like, you have more technical, savvy planes than what you'd normally see, and I guess that kind of...
Oh, so like a realistic sim?
Kinda, but, like, they obviously it's not... You know, like the blimps have like shit that you wouldn't normally see in a blimp in real life anyway.
So this is like Star Fox in all range mode at all times.
Pretty much, that's kind of what it looked like. It didn't look terrible.
Which I am all about, by the way, because I love the all range mode in Star Fox. Yeah, I would.
I'm actually.
I'd be down for that too.
List, which is.
Yep.
Strange.
Probably not that many, but
it's
probably close.
1140.
That's it.
Yeah, I've probably bought the rest.
Fair enough.
Alright, next in the queue. Okay, hold on now. Casual adventure indie platformer memes. Zurirama humor game with many references to me.
What the hell are we looking at here? We're gonna have some asses.
Oh, she wasn't really pregnant. Okay, this is a strange game.
What the hell? What are we looking at?
I don't think it's something I would play, unfortunately.
What the fuck? Is this all about memes?
Apparently.
Oh, is it?
Happy Grumps. Wait, what? Single player turn-based puzzle game by spreading happiness to a grumpy world.
Nah.
So it's just world-breaking trinkets. That's not really my thing either.
Nah.
What happened? What happened to the CQ? Not in a voxel.
Oh my god. Oh, it started off so strong.
No, it really did.
Now this. Now this. No. Stop.
Alright, we still have...
We have a chance to redeem ourselves.
Night and Plus.
Night.
Alright. Like the graphics. Like the layout. The dungeony stuff.
Let's
is
see.
Nice.
What do we got?
Ooh. Oh, okay. I like this. Very Legend of Zelda Binding of Isaac.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh, why did you let me see the map for longer? Oh, it looks so cool. I know I can go back and pause. Don't yell at me.
It's kind of like if the Binding of Isaac and Shovel Knight had a love child.
This is actually really cool. I like this. Looks like each land has a different dungeon.
Well, this is neat. I would definitely be about. Oh,
honestly, I would say this is more Legend of Zelda. Just because there's a map and different dungeons and you have to do puzzles.
Yeah.
Binding of Isaac wasn't so much about puzzles as it was about, like, kill everything on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Collect treasures like the moon
whoa,
pearl
bosses!
and the red armor,
Oh, and they did get the red armor.
and try not to die.
All right, that is being put onto.
Yeah,
this.
that looked pretty cool.
It just came out in July.
Yeah.
Right, last one, Warsaw. RPG games.
Uh-oh.
World War II turn-based combat.
Depends on what they look
Darkest
like.
Dungeon.
Oh, is it really? Is this going to just be dark? Yeah. It's World War II Darkest Dungeon.
I can see that getting popular, though.
Yeah, sure, but
I'm not going to say I'm going to
rehashing.
ignore it, but it's not really on my to-do list by any means.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Fair enough. Not bad. Not a bad Steam queue this time
No,
around.
it wasn't too bad. Like you said, the start was very strong.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so going to get into some news here, starting with our news from IndieRetroNews.com. First one we have here is Cuba 1898, a new Amiga game from Iron Gate. So, another Amiga game to get us through the rest of the weekend, as thanks to a heads up from Saberman on his holiday return, he told us Iron Gate has released the action platformer game Cuba 1898 for the Commodore Amiga. This game, developed by JoJo073 with music by Ricardo Vieira, is a new game that has been developed using Backbone, graphics made in Deluxe Paint 5, or V, I guess, set with a 16 color palette at 320 by 256 resolution. So let's have a look.
Hopefully. There it goes.
Alright. Cuba 1898. I agree. Cool.
Okay.
I wish I had an Amiga. That'd be awesome. Oh, okay. Whoa, that bullet came close to your face, dude. Jesus. Yeah, I would love to have some of the old systems like the Amiga and stuff. I'd like to get that new ZX Spectrum, actually. That looks like it would be pretty fucking good as well. This doesn't look too bad. It's a little, frame ratey, but...
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like the speed of it really kills me.
But I mean, again, it's the Amiga, so... But this looks...
What do you honestly expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Oops.
NLG. You can fall down 12 feet on your feet, no problem. Oops.
I like how your bullets can fly so far, but theirs can only go like a small distance.
Oh. You lost a life there just then. Oh, losing some life. Alright, well. That gives us a general idea of what Cuba 1898 looks like, at least.
Yeah, it kind of does give like a little Russian attack sort of feel to it,
Yeah,
doesn't
indeed. Yeah, there's a little bit more climbing in it, though, it looks like. Did the Russian attack have a lot of climbing, or no? I can't remember.
It did, in certain spots.
Alright. Well, anyways,
There were ladders you
we're
could
going
go
to go
up.
on to Melkhior's Mansion in Dev Ultimate Play. The game Attic Attack Remake gets new footage. This reminds me a lot of... Nefitz plays it a lot. I can't remember.
Wizardry?
What is it? Solstice.
Wizardry? Or Solstice, there you go.
Remember we gave you the heads up that Ultimate Play, the game's famous classic Attic Attack, was not only being remade for the PC, but is also being remade for the ZX Spectrum Next? Well, there's great news for today, as after checking their Twitter feed, we've come across a new update regarding their in-dev remake of Melkhior's Mansion that not only shows how far the game has come in development, but also a first early look at the HUD, the HUD. Let's have a look. Oh, this moves fast too for ZX Spectrum.
Oh wow, yeah, it does.
Oh, there we go. Now we got a full quality look. There we go. Yeah, this is a lot like Solstice. Like the whole isometric, and even the colors and stuff. Like where they're using. Well, then again, it is also the ZX Spectrum, which is vibrant as hell usually. This looks kind of cool. I'd play this.
It does.
Whoa! Alright, going to a big ass keg. Alright. Oh, this is so cool. I love the color scheme so much. And yeah, this is probably the fastest game we've ever seen on the ZX Spectrum.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Pretty rapid.
This is,
did he pick up that key?
now I want to see more of ZX Spectrum. See, this is the kind of shit I want to see from ZX Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, overall ready. As we said before, Ultimate Play the Game released so many incredible titles in the 80s, but this inspirational remake of Attic Attack, which is a remake of a game originally released in '83, does not only look like an impressive game, but most likely will be a hit download when it finally appears at some point in the near future. It features an isometric engine by Retrospect remake game developer Richard Jordan, class of '99/Zub. Glorious remade graphics by Craig Stevenson with full backing by Rare Studio. Oh, he still owns right to the franchise. And full porting to the ZX Spectrum Next by Kev Brady. Alright, well that's cool. I guess
Nice.
Rare still owns that? If that's the still...
I guess so.
It should be the same Rare studio, because Rare was based out of the UK, so it would make sense they worked on Amiga and ZX Spectrum games and stuff. That's really cool. And yeah, this is what I want to see more of from the ZX Spectrum. This is the kind of shit that I'm interested in, is when there's like a game that looks really good to play instead of these ones that's like...
And games that are like not only visually, but they have like really good pacing too. Which like
that had a shit ton of detail and moved fast. That was great.
So it is possible, developers, to move the game that fast. I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, next up, Head Over Heels, top quality remake of an isometric retro classic. Alright, so Head Over Heels was first released in '87 for several 8-bit home computers such as the Amstrad, C64, and ZX Spectrum. This faithful remake, which is now available on Steam, is based on the Spectrum version with all the new gorgeous graphics and new features. Although originally designed by John Rittman, Bernie Drummond, and developed by Ocean Software, the remake of Head Over Heels was designed by Tomaz Kak in 2003 and previously released for free via the Retrospect website.
Don't do it.
Let's have a look at the game. I know.
Because I know where you were going. Don't do it.
Oh god, I would say this is updated. Holy crap. Well, this is apparently it's on Retrospect. So you do all your settings. Alright, you're a little dose, dude. Look where you're going. Look where you're going! Ah! I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm gonna get the rabbit. You got it. What are you doing? Are you gonna blend that rabbit? Oh, yep. Alright. You just blend that rabbit and teleported somewhere. Oh, this is stuff that you have on you. Okay, I thought this was like other rooms somewhere. Shit. Alright, so we have another isometric game, which is kind of cool.
I wish it was a little faster.
Yeah, it seems slow so far.
It's so floaty.
And we just came from an isometric ZX Spectrum game that was way faster. That's the stranger part. So maybe it speeds up later in the game. Let's check further up. Oh, you get a different character to use. Oh, maybe different characters do different things or move. Yeah. Still seems slow as balls though. And again, this seems a lot like Solstice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. So it looks like a lot of these
so slow.
Yeah. That's the only thing I have to say about it as well, really. This remake is so damn good that it's every bit as good as the original, but with added features such as new save system. you can still control 2 characters, but if you want to play a great remake, a great asymmetric adventure puzzle game, and look no further than head over heels, you'll not be disappointed. So, again, other than the speed, it looks like it's done fairly well and stuff, so... But, anyways, our next game here is Black Dawn Rebirth. Double-sided Games' latest Amiga crawler is finished. Alright. So, Double-sided Games have been busy these last few months with the release of Realms of Quest V and the announced pre-order of Vegetables Deluxe, but those games are not the only ones worth mentioning on Indie Retro News. As we just told that their upcoming Amiga dungeon crawler of Black Dawn Rebirth is not only finished, they've also shown off a new video with customizable options for the 7th episode of the Black Dawn dungeon crawler / RPG. Okay. Oh no. I was gonna say it looks slow as well, but I guess. Okay, no, that's not too bad. But we are seeing some graphical glitching though. Like when you're turning, you can see like different segments of the wall turning differently. They should be moving at the same time, and you even see that like the bluish kind of glitch coming up. It's like you're getting the imprint of what was there, or what's supposed to come there first. Like it's preloading before it's supposed to be there. Okay, so you can change the HUD colors. That's kind of cool. Needs a bit of customization. So yeah, obviously it's still in development and stuff, but hey, I mean, it's a start, right?
I thought they said it's done.
What?
I thought they said this game was done.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what they said it was finished. That this is the actual finished game.
It's not only finished, but they also showed off a new video with customizable options. So what room are they in? Because if it's like that, that seems like they could still fix some stuff in it, obviously. No more detailed write-up can be found, linked below. Double-sided Games has said, although the game is finished and does feature an epic intro sequence from Colin Vela, the extremely talented chap behind Barbarian Plus and the upcoming Amiga conversion of Shadows of Surgoth, the game still needs bug fixing and tweaking. Okay. And you can view the latest customizable options teased in the video above. For further information, I highly recommend hitting that Facebook link.
There you go. So you can check that out on their Facebook if you are interested.
Indeed. Alright, so we went over this one before. Soul Force. Sarah Jane Avery's upcoming C64 shoot 'em up gets new footage. Oh, cool. Scott.
This looked really good the first time we saw it, so hopefully we'll see something more that impresses us.
Mechanized fleet. Launch the new Soul Force fighter and break through the enemy line. Yeah, all of this looks actually really good. Oh, it looks like they added in some scan lines. Ooh, some different types of enemies. Okay, coming in from the back like that. What was that? Oh, okay. Okay, upgraded shots. Whoa!
Pretty nice.
Yeah, again, C64, this is not looking too bad.
And people have like the ability to really impress with like with like gaming system that you really wouldn't expect, like the C64.
Like this is
or the,
very
the
old school, like arcade styled shooter. Like it looks like an arcade,
right? This is C64 or?
She's doing a great job with this. Oh my god. I'm hoping to see a boss. That's what I'm actually looking forward to right now. Oh, is she gonna tease it? Or is she gonna like stop just before the boss so that we're like, oh!
Most likely. Yeah, this actually looks like very good. Looks very well done.
Oh,
just curious to see how much more they can.
Oh, she stopped there. Damn. Sarah's back with another awesome-looking game update, but unlike the top-scrolling brilliance of Neutron, this is a game that will hopefully be released at some point this year as a hark back to the days of Gradius, Nemesis, or even R-Type. It will feature different themed levels, waves of dangerous enemies, awesome firepower, a new soundtrack, and as noted by the new video above, power-ups such as shields. Looks very interesting. I'm surprised Scott's not following her on Twitter, if he isn't.
Probably has something to do with me not having Twitter.
There you go. He's all like, I can do a Facebook thing if there's a book face. Ninja Ferratu. A Mutant Software announces a new Amiga platformer. Oh no! Is it gone already? Oh no! Oh, let's mute that.
Uh-oh. No video.
No. There's video.
Oh, we got it?
Oh. It's a little faster paced. There we go. Okay, now again, this is probably, I guess, still a work in progress.
This
feels... work in progress.
Ooh. Boy, does he look like Arcade Ninja... does he look like Arcade Ninja Gaiden? Yeah. Ooh, boy. Oh, boy.
It could be just the bases as well, because like I said, it is a work in progress. But it could be the same thing. We'll see.
Oh boy.
Scott's afraid of infringement.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else sees this too, right? This is like literally Ryu Hayabusa from the Arcade Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja, great name, says DBL.
We all see the same thing, right?
Although details are very sparse about the game at this stage, Mutant Software said it will work on Amiga, OCS, and above, and the music in the video is not in-game music, as that will be created by Simone JMD. As soon as we know more, we will let you guys know. Alright. Now, this is one of the games that we were talking about earlier that we mentioned. Vegetables Deluxe, an upcoming colorful C64 overhaul accepting pre-orders. Alright, so from Double Sided Games. Okay, I already know what this is, I think. It's one of those ones where you move stuff around to match them all up.
Oh, okay. I suck at those games.
Yeah, I'm usually not too good at it. First-person rogue type RPG that we mentioned before, Winterdane, with randomly generated levels looking rather cool. But as of today, they just shouted to the hilltops that Vegetables Deluxe will be available for pre-orders as from 7th of August. It's also coming September 30th on cartridge, boxed edition, and digital download.
Sure. I mean,
you get a certain amount of shuffles and stuff to get around to getting them all at one time, I guess, but it's just my type of game, honestly. It's just...
Yeah, there's a billion of these things from mobile games, you know, so it's like,
That's true.
Yeah.
Tiny Little Slug is a charming platformer from Slammy and XPLRA, and it's coming to the Amiga.
Okay.
Alright, most of the time when it comes to Amiga games, we usually get a heads up by a good friend or a recent post via the Commodore Amiga Facebook group. This time, taking us completely by surprise, we've just been contacted by Simon XPLRA, Explorer maybe, via Twitter, and they're working on a charming looking platformer called Tiny Little Slug, an upcoming game that doesn't just look fabulous, but it's coming to an Amiga OCS at some point in the near future. Well, let's take a guy.
Okay.
Shall we? Looks good. Press fire to start. Alright. Oh, it even has a little load screen here. Oh, okay. Okay, so what's with the weird scan lines going up through the screen? I assume that's something they will fix. What? What?
It might just be a visual effect to just show off it's hot.
That could be, yeah. What the hell?
What in the world?
I don't know what just. Oh, is he just moving it around in different parts of the world and then just putting it down or something? Like, or is he just showing off the levels and stuff? I don't know. Oh, you're cheating! Look at this guy's speedrunning game. Oh, I just created a game that I can speedrun. Nobody else can beat me. Ah, that's cheating. Here we go. This is what we want to see. Ooh. Yeah, there you go.
Also, that's a really fast slug, man. It's like turbo powered rocket slug.
Hey, you were complaining about shit being slow before. Stop bitching.
I mean, but he's a slug. He's supposed to be slow.
I know. But you're bitching and complaining about.
I mean, I'm not trying to. Yeah, see, it gets a little hard to cheat. Jeez, what a cheater face.
Anyways, according to the description for the video above, this video gives a small glimpse of recent updates on the fire lava world of Tiny Little Slug. The lava falls graphics were updated, and the front lava falls uses a basic transparency effect with a checkers pattern. The tiles of the lava world were also updated by the graphic artist Explorer A. And so the general visual mood of the world was improved. So yes, as you can see, not only does it look rather impressive, even at this early stage with original music composition by Slammy called Yeldir's Lair, but there's also animated enemies, cool level graphics, and a first look at the Tiny Little Slug. So, once we have a more, I guess, full featured game, then we'll be able to talk a little bit more about it. It looks like it moves faster,
yeah,
which again is good, especially if it's going to be on the Amiga and stuff. So,
right.
All right, Galarian, an arcade classic as an upcoming Atari 2600 port, gets a great demo update. All right, so remember when we posted about the 1981 arcade classic Galaga was coming to the Atari 2600 as a high-quality arcade port by Champ Games? Well, you'll be happy to learn that this game, originally developed and published by Namco Japan and by Midway in North America in 1981, has been further updated on the Atari 2600 as a version 2 port demo with new features such as challenge mode and co-op mode.
So, how is this not just Galaga?
It's Galarian.
Thank you. So, what makes Galarian different than Galaga?
Oh, Springs. Now that's old school arcade right there. Look.
It even has like the same like what I'm confused.
Let's go. Oh, whoa! You can do 2-player.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott, that's awesome.
Okay, that's different. 2-player co-op.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So okay.
Mothership and fucking. What? That bee was coming out. Get out of here, bee. Oh shit! My bad. Hit the last one. Oh Jesus! Oh, it's coming. Oh, you got it. All right. Oh, all right. We're good. What?
In case we didn't want to copyright infringe, we have our own sound effects wizard.
That's me.
So 2-player co-op. I mean, I guess that's what makes it different.
Yeah, I like
so
that. Oh shit! That wasp is gonna be all fast. Oh shit! Get the light! Oh
no! All right. So
sorry, my bad. I'm getting into it. Oh, and I just skip right to the end. We're good. All right. Currently available as a demo version 2-ROM with the name of Galarian and a possible cart down the line. The port of this fine game was developed throughout this year so far by Nathan Strum, graphics and game design, Ross Keenum, done music and sound, and Johnny W.C., done design and programming. The game will feature 1 or 2 players, either alternating or 2-player co-op, multiple skill levels such as novice or standard, a challenge mode with only challenge stages, all enemies from the arcade version, all music and sound from the arcade, a high score system, multi-tap support, and much, much more.
All right,
looks
cool.
promising.
Yes, sir. I love me some Galaga, so I'm definitely about that, yeah.
Alright, Serious Duke 3D. A remake and reimagining of the first episode of Duke Nukem 3D. This is incredible news, especially if you're a fan of the late 90s first-person shooters, as we've just been told by DSO that Syndroid has released the complete version of Serious Duke 3D. A remake and reimagining of the first episode of Duke Nukem 3D, remade using Serious Sam 3 engine. Duke Nukem 3D was originally released in the late 90s by 3D Realms, and this aims to recreate the classic Duke 3D experience with modern elements added to the mix, such as redesigned and expanded level areas, occasional enemy waves and arena fights, and new weapons and even VR.
Damn, those alien bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride. Oh, I want to see this.
That's the first thing you just said.
Do you think I haven't played the fuck out of this game?
This is awesome.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Peter. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. Duke Nukem must die. Yep. Oh my god.
This is fucking awesome. Ew. You can use the toilet.
Much better. Oh, the side brains.
So, what do you think, Scott? By the way, this music does not go with this trailer right now.
Oh my god. They even still have the shootable pool table. Damn, I'm looking good.
So, if that wasn't enough, the remake remaster also features redesigned enemy and weapon models from DNF with custom animations, as well as a selection of sounds and voice taken from several official Duke games, and beyond that, lots of custom assets and music tracks made exclusively for this mod. Please note the modder hopes to release other episodes and levels in the future, and troubleshooting and installation guides are available to view below. Oh, link please, he says.
And when you get that link, okay, yeah, all right. Is this a mod for Duke Nukem 3D?
Apparently, yeah, it's a mod for Duke Nukem 3D. Serious Duke 3D. That looks fucking badass. Scott is getting his butt into that.
God.
All right.
You have no.
So that's the
fucking
end of our
clue.
indie retro news this week. Do we have? Okay, well, we're gonna have to do one of these. We'll refresh it.
As always.
All right. So that's Jesus. So everyone looks like they're pretty excited about that.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Hey, articles. Hey, articles.
My God. Anyways, let's go to this one first then. Nintendo Switch's new models could have a better screen thanks to new display tech. Upcoming models of Nintendo Switch will reportedly run on new display technology, which could mean both better quality visuals and even more improvements to battery life. I think that's kind of something that Peter was getting with. The news comes from the executive vice president of Japanese electronics company Sharp, who told the Wall Street Journal that this company will supply its new IGZO displays and Nice. That's really nice. They're partnering with Sharp to make their screens. Jesus.
Yeah, right?
Alright, so IGZO stands for Indium Gallium Zinc Oxide, a new technology that Sharp began mass producing in 2012. Sharp says IGZO's high, stable, and conductive properties allow it to significantly reduce power consumption in physical bulk while displaying brighter, clearer images. It also reduces electronic noise that can interfere with touchscreen sensitivity, which could be useful for Switch, especially budding Super Mario Maker 2 level creators, who could use all the precision they can get. Sharp has been pegged as a supplier for Nintendo Switch components since March, so it's possible that the partnership covers Nintendo Switch Lite models that are likely entering distribution right now. The improved battery life and reduced size offered by IGZO displays line up with Switch Lite's positioning as a more portable friendly compared to the standard model. It would also fit as one of the revisions for the new standard Switch that supports improved battery life. We'll also find out for ourselves soon, as both consoles are scheduled to start hitting shelves throughout August and September, which we've already seen, apparently.
Yep. I mean,
I have a Sharp TV. I would suggest it to anyone. Also, a big, huge feature that Sharp specifically goes for: multi-region. Multi-region,
which
so
is
good.
Which is like super important. Which is super important to the people who want to bring stuff from other countries. So it's like, hey, I have one of these Japanese imports. I want to be able to play it on my TV. Wait, can't do it.
PAL A and B and
right.
Then you have CCAM and CCAM 2. Like, there's a whole bunch of fucking. Anyways, enough about that. Some of our other stuff actually loaded. Space Harrier and Puyo Puyo are coming to Switch via Sega Ages later this month.
We were just talking about Space Harrier last week, weren't we?
Really?
Because we were talking about Blazing Chrome, I think.
Well, yeah.
And there was that one portion in Blazing Chrome that was very Space Harrier-like.
So, apparently Space Harrier and Puyo Puyo will be added to the Sega Ages collection of retro Sega games on Nintendo Switch August 22nd. Both games will be available via the Switch eShop for $7.99, boasting different additional features that should attract longtime fans and newcomers alike. Space Harrier will include a new mode called Komenu Barrier Attack, which gives you a barrier to start with that applies through obstacles but disappears if you get hit just once. The new feature should help newcomers to Space Harrier acclimate to the game's fairly steep learning curve. Oh yeah, that game is not easy.
Oh, it's hard.
Puyo Puyo's come to the Sega Ages collection with the original arcade mode, local multiplayer mode, and get this, online network battles, and a new ranking system. Watch out!
Really?
Puyo Puyo is coming with all its retro might to take out esports crown. Of course, unlike Fortnite, Puyo Puyo Online matches will require subscription to Nintendo Switch Online.
Right.
Sega Ages ports are being developed by M2, who's also in charge of emulating classic Sega games for the upcoming Sega Genesis Mini Console. Puyo Puyo and Space Harrier bring the total number of games in the Sega Ages series on Switch to 10. With some of the highlights being the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Virtual Racing, and Phantasy Star. Other announced titles without official release dates are Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Puyo Puyo 2, and the cult classic arcade ninja hack and slasher Shinobi. Sega has also confirmed that Sega Saturn and Dreamcast games will be making their introduction on Nintendo Switch as part of the Sega Ages collection. So that's super exciting. Oh my god, it makes me want to fucking Switch even more now. God damn it. Fuck. Why did I get a PS4? I'm an idiot. I don't even.
So remember that whole doorstop conversation we've had for the last 6 weeks? Still applies.
I don't care if it's got black tape around the power cord. I'll take it.
He doesn't even care if it can only play Zelda for 3.5 hours.
There you go. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD gameplay trailer will tilt your frown upside down.
So
you don't like Super Monkey Ball, Scott? I'm disappointed.
It's not that I don't like Super Monkey Ball. I'm just bad at it. I actually like Monkey Ball. I'm just not good at it.
Oh, it's so good. But I can understand.
And I will never.
though, because there's like.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a motion sickness warning.
Get all the nanas. Tackle challenging boss stages. Ooh. Oh, that dude is definitely chewing his cud. If you know what I mean.
Brah!
Super monkey bar. Okay, according to Peter, the mod we were talking about is for Serious Sam Fusion 2017. If you have Serious Sam 3BFE, you have the Fusion engine.
Gotcha.
Alright.
But that looks really good.
Alright.
If I didn't suck a monkey ball so much, I might be down for a little more.
People kind of hated Banana Blitz because it was a Wii exclusive and you had to play it with motion controls, but that's all the more reason to look forward to playing the remake with some good old analog sticks. The hyperactive way the level tilts around, not to mention the big title card that screams tilt, as you worried that this will be motion controlled too. Don't fret. That's how Super Monkey Ball always looked. Speaking of which, how did we ever play these games without instantly tossing our bananas from motion sickness? Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Monkey Ball series. I played mostly the one on GameCube, as probably most people have. It's a fairly fun game.
Mm-hmm. I just wish I wasn't so bad at it.
Activision wants to remaster other franchises after the success of Crash and Spyro. In recent years, Activision has been taking us on a welcome nostalgia trip with remasters of some of its much-loved classic games like Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reignited Trilogy. At the back of the success of reviving these golden oldies, the studio has plans to release more remasters of its older IPs in the future. During a recent Q&A call, the studio held answering questions relating to its financial earnings for the second quarter. Activision President Rob Kostich answered a question about the studio's plans to remaster more titles given the success of its previous releases. Kostich said both remasters have been incredibly well received by players, and sales have been strong since both games launched, which reaffirms the enduring nature of these franchises. Due to the overwhelming success of the games, the studio is apparently set on bringing us more in the future. Stay tuned for future announcements on remasters of other franchises, Kostich said. There are so many games the studio could give us as a new release of life on today's consoles, reviving the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series would no doubt go down to And lots of folks are also keen to get their hands on a remaster of a fan favorite called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which has been rumored for some time. While we don't know what to expect just yet, knowing the studio have set plans to revamp some of its classic games library is welcome news.
It's gonna be Call of Duty and Tony Hawk's.
Yeah,
come on.
Tony Hawk. I would
it's
see.
Like the,
I could
it's
say
like,
for sure because I mean, it just makes sense.
There's no chance it's gonna be any other two franchises. I mean, other than those, name some really super. As a Spyro, Crash, Call of Duty, and Tony Hawk's. Name some other big Activision games. You can't do it because it's those four. They've already done Crash and they've already done Spyro, so you've only got two other places to go. Just revamp the old Call of Duty games, revamp the old Tony Hawk's games, because you know they're going to sell like hotcakes because people love them. So it only makes sense.
Oh, I completely agree. But again, I wouldn't mind seeing some new Tony Hawk. Alright, you can take this micro Nintendo Switch dock anywhere, and it's already raised $200K. Its Kickstarter is very, very funded. The standard Nintendo Switch dock is easily the most underwhelming part of the console. It's bare bones and kind of clunky, but it's also hard to find a viable substitute dock due to the power and data constrictions. Human Things, which you may know for its Genki brand of Switch accessories, is confident it has a solution to this problem. The Genki Covert Dock, which is small enough to fit in your pocket, but purportedly powerful enough to stand in for your Switch dock if you want to connect the TV system to a TV while you're out and about. Jesus Christ, you guys couldn't word that any fucking more fuckity for me. This dock is currently on Kickstarter, and it's already very funded, with 36 days still left in its campaign. It's raised over quadruple its $50,000 gold. Jesus.
Wow.
It's raised $20,000 since it started writing the article. So yes, it's funded. If you pledge $49 or more, you'll get a dock early, while $59 will get you a dock and some universal power adapters. Note that slots for these pledges are limited to 1,500 people apiece. Once they're full up, you'll have to pledge $59 for the dock and $69 for the adapter combo. Alright. Basically, the Denki dock is a tiny wall charger with one HDMI out port for your TV, one USB-C port for the Switch, and one USB 3 data port for accessories, one less than the normal Switch dock. To use the dock, you would plug it into a power outlet, connect the Switch using a USB cable, and plug your TV's HDMI cable into the thing as well. Bam! Now you can play it on your friend's TV or whatever. Maybe you can be like those hip youths in the Switch commercials and game out on a rooftop, except with the TV now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it
Sure.
says that the other one's more clunky and stuff, but is it at that bad? Like, I mean, if you're bringing it to someone's home, like, it's not going to be any more clunky than the entire fucking console.
It's really not. It's not clunky
So, I mean,
at all. I really don't know where this is coming from.
I don't know, it's kind of weird.
I mean, the dock that we have, it's sitting right there. It's not in the way of anything. And it's not that big. It's maybe 7 or 8 inches long. And it's like an inch and a half, 2 inches deep. It's not that big. And it doesn't take up that much space. So I really don't know what this is on about.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I get it if you want to bring your console on the fly and you just have that and don't want to bring your dock. I get it, but it's really not that big a deal.
This next news segment is just because I wanted to see what it was all about. Someone made a first-person adventure game in Super Mario Maker 2.
Yes, I want to see this.
Oh, it actually changes the picture up there, depending on what pipe you go into.
Oh my god. I didn't even see that. Oh shit. Whoa.
Really cool. So what is that? Oh, first floor. Oh, that's a map?
Oh! It's a map! Oh my god, that is so genius!
Oh,
Oh my god, this is so cool! It says what floor, the blocks to the left
Yep.
show you what
first
floor you're
and
on.
then it shows you what part of the map you're on with the red one.
Oh my god, this is so
Yeah,
smart!
this is really fucking cool. There was another news segment for Mario Maker levels that were kind of cool that was like this, but this is the one I figured I wanted to see more of, I think, than anything else.
This is
It's
really
super
cool.
dude.
Wow, this is so neat. Sorry for any of you that are listening to the podcast in the future, because this is
Yeah, go and
this is
look up
completely-
this.
this
This
is
is
com-
really neat. They basically have this
it's
like, they have it split up into 3 different segments on the screen. Where one is the, I guess, first person look. And the bottom part of it is a map and, like, tells you what floor you're on. And then the part on the far right is the part that you control, which is going in through certain pipes moves the direction of what you see on the picture itself. So that's really fucking well done for, like, I know it seemed basic, but still, like, that means you could do more with it, and you could do, like, improvements to it.
Holy shit. Yo, he glitched the shit out. Holy fuck. That's so neat. So what did that do? Had to do something.
Well, he's trying to look for a third key now. Oh, there's the other key. Oh, there's a...
Oh, and it showed you the chain chomp in the... Oh my god, this is so smart. This is so neat. Yeah, you see the chain chomp up there, and it gives you like a little hint that when you go forward, you're gonna like have a chain chomp to do stuff again. This is so smart. Wow. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, this is really cool. Whoa, he was in the background back there, now he's smaller or bigger.
What? Yo, that's so cool.
Oh, looks like he's in a new part here. Oh, whoa. Oh, there's the end. That was really awesome. That was very
really
well
smart. That's so good. Wow. I am very impressed.
Yeah, the other one that I seen that was a new segment was the working calculator. Someone made a working calculator in Mario Maker. Yeah,
wow.
People are going crazy. Right. It's turning into Minecraft. Alright, Nintendo Switch Online's free NES games for August revealed, and one is incredibly rare.
Ooh.
Oh, Vice Project Doom. Yeah.
Really?
And Kung Fu Heroes, which is also
wow.
Good.
What's the rare game?
That is the rare game, Vice Project Doom.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Not a cheap game to buy.
It said 3 games. Oh no, it's also really good too. I don't know if you played. Vice is very good.
On any other console since its first released on NES in '91. Of course. Now I have. I don't know if you guys can see this Windows Activate thing come up. Hopefully not. Oh yeah, it totally did. It made my screen all blue for a second.
Yes, it did.
So yeah, we don't need to see trailers for the game. Well, do it.
Yeah, we know the games.
So then, is when the purchase on online Switch.
Both games will come to on the 21st.
Okay.
Neat. If you haven't played Vice Project Doom, it is a very, very good game. I actually think I did Let's Play it, didn't I?
I'm not sure. You tell me.
I'm pretty sure. Like on my
yeah, coming on August 21st. You are correct, sir.
I'm pretty sure that I did that at some point. This is all Metroid stuff. This is when I was back at my speedrunning days.
We're going to move on to our next news segment there.
Yeah.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice sales reach almost 4 million.
Wow.
It's the Dark Souls of sales charts. Alright, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the latest from Software game, has sold 3.8 million units as of June 2019, just over 3 months on the market. The worldwide figure is sell-in, not sell-through, so that figure is numbers sold to retailers. Still, it's a big number for Activision. Oh, we were talking about Activision, which published the game. Nico Partners senior analyst Daniel Ahmed noted the figure on Twitter. Noted for comparison that Dark Souls series as a whole has shipped 25 million copies as of June. Whoa, what? Damn. Alright, most of these sales come after the release of Dark Souls 3, which both sold well for itself and boosted the brand as the older games released PC versions. Sekiro had a strong debut, hitting the second best-selling game in March in the US NPDs, despite only being out for about a week. It maintained steady sales afterwards, appearing in both the April and May charts. Sekiro is a spiritual successor to From's other games, which says, my god, I cannot fucking English tonight at all. With a similarly tough timing-based battle system. GameSpot Sekiro review praises its exhilarating combat and intricate environments. God damn it. And then when there's spelling mistakes in the fucking... Oh my. But yeah, no. Well, we were talking about what else has Activision done. Well, apparently, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is something else they did do, and that's actually a pretty good game. I haven't played it myself, but I've watched it a few times, and it looks like something I could enjoy. Alright, so the Neo Geo Mini gets the discounted bundle it's always needed. 2 controllers and 40 classic arcade games. Alright. The Neo Geo Mini proved to be a fun way to play SNK's classic arcade games on a small screen with its onboard controls. However, many of its titles, including series like the King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, and Metal Slug, are multiplayer focused, which makes the omission of extra controllers disappointing. That's why this discounted bundle from Walmart and Amazon is so compelling. Normally costing $140 US, the bundle's price has been discounted to $100. With that, you get the Neo Geo Mini, 2 controllers, and an HDMI cable. The controllers are based on the Neo Geo's AES pads, with one coming in classic black and the other in white. In addition to its own built-in screen, you can also output the micro console to a TV with the included HDMI cable. Well, we can see a full list of games in the gallery above, including a selection of screenshots. Yeah, just talking about some of the other games and stuff. Honestly, that is a fucking deadly bundle right there, man.
Yeah, it is. For $100.
That was the only thing. I didn't look into it much, because when I passed by it before, looking at the Neo Geo Mini, I was like, oh. I mean, it's kind of cool that you get a little arcade thing, but I didn't know that you could do a pass-through with HDMI, which is very nice. Right. That makes it way more, like... And then now it comes with 2, like good classic controllers. 2 controllers. That's nice. That's really... Especially for those old games. I mean, if you guys haven't played Neo Geo, King of Fighters was so good on that system.
Oof. Shock Troopers also.
There's so many
god! If
games.
you have not played Shock Troopers, oh my god! So Shock Troopers is kind of like, you know how Turtles and I don't know what the hell kind of like you know what I'm saying. It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up sort of thing, but you use guns.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Alien vs Predator is kind of like that.
It's got Garo. Oh my god! If you've not played Garo, oh my god, that is such a good game.
So many great games, dude.
Oof.
Shock Troopers, boom.
Oh god. There you go. Shock Troopers. Oh my god, that game is so godlike. It's so good. Oh, I forget what this game is called.
So bad right now.
Oh, I forget what that's called. That's also a really good
Fighters.
game. Yes.
Oh, and that's Samurai Showdown.
What is that, King of Fighters 99, maybe?
There's all the games. Metal Slugs 1 through 5, and Metal Slug X, King of Monsters, King of Monsters
Holy
2.
Shit.
Sengoku 3, which is a fantastic beat 'em up, by the way. Magician Lord is a great arcade-style platformer.
Oh, if you have not played Magician Lord, you're missing out. That's a great game.
Shock Troopers 1 and 2.
Ooh,
Robo
nice.
Army, another good beat 'em up. I can't see what that one's called. Anyways, yeah, there's a fucking ton of them. They have, King of Fighters 95, 97, 98.
Robo Army.
Whatever that one is, and whatever, in 2002, and something else.
It's King of Fighters 2002 and 2003, it looks like.
That one's 2002. I don't know what this one here is. Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury. Oh my god, dude.
What is the one that has K Dash?
Oh shit.
I
Anyways,
don't know.
Neo Geo Mini, well worth
There's
it.
a lot of really good games. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For $100, this is a steal. Like, oh my god.
Alright, up next, roguelike RPG, Children of Morta gets an official release date. Oh, this commercial is fucking hilarious. She steals a fry and every time I want to, like, pretend a dude gets, like, fucking savage at her and, like, flips the table, like, fuck you, get the fuck out of my house for stealing my fry, bitch. He never does it, I'm very disappointed every time the commercial's over. I went on a fucking tangent on that just then, I'm sorry. Alright, so after missing its planned 2018 release window, RPG hack and slash Children of Morta has nailed down a definitive release date for consoles and PC. The upcoming roguelike by Dead Mage, the team responsible for Shadowblade and newly announced Tale of Ronin, is scheduled to launch on September 3rd for PC and October 15th for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Children of Morta is a story-driven RPG with roguelike elements where you control a member of the Bergson family on their quest to fend off the forthcoming corruption. You'll choose between 6 playable characters to explore ever-changing dungeons and biomes while you uncover Mount Morta's history and relics. Check out the trailer, which we are going to do the shit out of that right now. Oh. Or have I seen them do something before?
Dead Mage?
Okay. Oh, they're going with the fucking look at the This looks awesome so far. Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, this looks fantastic. Oh, eat some of those grapes. Oh.
I have a hammer.
Hey, it works.
I don't want the hammer.
Whoa.
Fine,
okay,
I'll take
these
the hammer.
must be the different types of people you can use. Oh my god, dude!
Oh,
this
shit.
game actually looks like it's a top-down action game. Oh, I can play this. I can definitely play this. Holy crap, man! It runs in the family. Alright, so that looks good.
Yep. Yep.
Narrative as a story of plain, straightforward emotions that we all recognize: hope, courage, love, and eventually sacrifice and grief. Ooh. On top of the release, Dead Mage announced the signature edition of Children of Morta. This physical version will include a region-free copy of the game on PS4, Switch, 6 enamel pins, a pocket-sized art book, an art card and certificate, and a Sierra box with an outer sleeve. Really? That's pretty awesome. A Sierra box. Signature edition retails at $45 US for PS4 and $50 US on Switch. It looks
good.
Really good, dude. So,
yeah.
the TurboGrafx-16 Mini adds 7 more games to complete the lineup, including Splatterhouse.
Oh, yeah? Splatterhouse.
Alright, so the TurboGrafx-16 Mini already had a
my.
sprawling lineup, but Konami has now added a few more to complete the list. The full library included in the mini console now includes Splatterhouse, along with a selection of 6 more Japanese games. The new Japanese editions include Dragon Spirit, Galaga 88, I don't know that one. Seirei Senshi Spriggan. Wait, no. That actually does sound familiar now. Spriggan Mark II, the Genji and the Heiki clans, and the Legend of Valkyrie. Konami is making a unique approach for the TG16 Mini. Rather than release separate mini consoles like their own libraries in each territory, it's releasing a single library with both English and Japanese language games across all territories, including some games that are available in both languages. The one exception to the consistency is the Japanese PC Engine Mini, which includes Tomeki Memorial instead of Salamander. I'm sorry, Tokimeki Memorial instead of Salamander.
I would prefer Salamander, honestly.
This dual language support makes the boast of 57 games a bit inflated since some games overlap. Still, it's a fairly massive collection, now coming in at 25 TurboGrafx 16 games and 32 PC Engine games. The system is now available for pre-order, having debuted as an Amazon Prime Day exclusive. The price is set at $100 and it will release on March 19, 2020.
Another like amazing lineup of games for $100. Like, come on.
And we already went through this list, and we if we do, it's we'll be here forever again.
Yeah.
Metal Slug inspired RPG headed to consoles and PC next year. Eat, transform, die, and repeat. Every time she sees that fucking front show, you bitch. Are you really serious? You saw a front show? What? A new pixel art Metroidvania is headed to PC, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One next year. Mega Cat Studios, the team behind the beat-em-up Coffee Crisis, announced that Bite the Bullet is expected to launch early 2020.
It's from Mega Cat? Are you serious? Why do they have time to
I know, right?
Man?
They make so many good fucking games.
It can't be bad. It's from Mega Cat Studios. It can't be bad. So, I gotta see this.
I was trying to find the Sega Genesis game the other day. It was because it was right here next to me the whole time. This is it. Like, look how nice this is. Like,
right? It looks like an
like even on the back, it has like the like everything. It's fucked. Like, I love it. Anyways, again, if you guys haven't checked out Mega Cat Studios, do yourselves a favor, man. They make physical releases of their games for like old consoles. So fucking awesome. Get that guy a puppers. Anyways, Bite the Bullet is a Metal Slug inspired RPG where you devour your enemies and environmental inhabitants to power up your character and weaponry. According to the game's official website, this roguelike RPG shooter will feature a variety of classes, over 60 levels, and a plethora of weapon crafting and ability unlocks, and more. It looks like a mashup of Tribute Games' Mercenary Kings and La Cartel Studios' Mother Russia. Oh my god, I've played both of those and they're both fucking good games. With a bit of Phobia Game Studios' Carrion tossed in for good measure. Check out the trailer below. Alright.
Yes, please.
Rating. Oh, wow. So far, it actually, it looks more 8-bit or 8-bit or 16-bit than Mercenary Kings. But this looks good so far. This looks fantastic. In my opinion, I would prefer this art style over the stuff they use in Mercenary Kings. This looks fucking great. Oh my god. Dude. Alright, me and Scott are gonna be like fucking 2-player in like every game we can now. This is like,
oh my god.
This is good stuff, Scott. Oh my god, I forgot about that too. There's something else that we have to go and play soon too.
What's that?
We were talking about it before. The game. The 2-player shoot 'em up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyways, that looks good.
Yeah.
Wait, as the game's Steam store page states, every enemy has its own nutritional information, and your body type will change based on types of enemies you consume. As you consume everything from enemies to walls to bullets, your abilities will change, your stats will increase, and your weapons will receive modifiers depending on what you eat. What? That sounds fucking crazy, dude. Alright. I am totally down for that. It looks good. I would play it.
Yes, it does.
Again, why would I cover games that I wouldn't play, though? That's a better question. Anyways. If you haven't seen this yet, you guys are going to be interested. 8-Bit Dough SN30 Pro Plus, a programmable Switch and PC controller with retro flair. Over the past few years, 8-Bit Dough has released numerous Bluetooth controllers that work with retro console adapters, computers, Android OS devices, and the Nintendo Switch. Build quality and variety have helped the company stand out from the competition, as it evidenced by last year's M30 controllers, designed for use with your Sega Genesis. 8-Bit Dough's craft continues to improve. Its latest product, the SN30 Pro Plus Bluetooth Gamepad, looks comparable to other Super Nintendo-inspired controllers from 8-Bit Dough, albeit with prominent handles. But it is actually one of the most advanced controller options for Switch owners. Though it doesn't feature the official Pro Controller's HD rumble or a motion detecting gyroscope, the SN30 Pro Plus distinguishing capabilities make it easy to overlook these arguably minor deficits. A quick look at the SN30 Pro Plus reveals a familiar button layout with 4 face buttons, 4 shoulder buttons, 2 of which are triggers, a directional pad, a start, a select, a home, and a capture button. 8-Bit Dough sent us the model color to look like the classic DMG Game Boy Color scheme. It's generally on point, though a slight red tint isolated to the applique on the face of the controller does stand out against the more desaturated plastic that surrounds it. Otherwise, the overall build quality is solid, with mixed materials and good feeling buttons lending a high quality feel throughout. Most buttons relay a satisfying tactile response when pressed, and the triggers offer a notable amount of resistance, which is good to have in general, but even more important when you consider the ways in which you can adjust their sensitivity. Oh, wow. Alright, so you can go into mapping, into the sticks, the triggers, the vibration, and you can even do macros.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty neat.
Holy shit.
Controller doesn't look terrible either.
Really
So
good. That's what I was trying to look at. Was that? Oh yeah, that looks good, dude. That looks comfy. It's basically a Super Nintendo controller with hooks.
Yeah, it's really like kind of like comparing it to like a just straight up comparing it to like a PS4 controller. It's really not. It's not really all that different. Looks basically the same.
So with the controller connected to your PC. 8-Bit Dough's ultimate software tool lets you dive into deep end of configurability. The first option you'll see is button remapping with individual profiles for the controller's 2 operating modes dialed in for Switch or the Windows-centric X input API. Like every setting we'll discuss here, the Ultimate software's user interface is clear, organized, and very easy to use, leaving little room for guesswork. Simply look to the panel on the right, find the button you want to change in the left-hand column, then pick which input you want to reassign to that button. Hit the big purple Sync to Controller button to commit your changes, and that's it. If you ever need a visual reference, the image on the controller on the left of the mapping tab will reflect your new settings. This sort of visual... What's that, sorry?
So this kind of feels like I don't know if you ever like used like old PC controllers, but it's like you used to be able to do like there was a program called Joy to Key, which you could use basically to just map your just basic ass controller to be pretty much whatever you want it to be. This seems like it just do it right through its own program, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's what you're saying there as well. This sort of visual feedback is helpful for button remapping, but it's essential for the next 2 options, just in the active area of the analog sticks and trigger shoulder buttons. In each case, you are given a real-time look at the components in question. Being able to set the dead zone for those inputs can make a big difference to the right player and game. And the fact that you can both test and visualize these settings in real time with your controller in hand and Ultimate software reflecting your actions greatly streamlines the trial and error process. Beyond dialing into the sensitivity, you also have settings for inverting the axis of your analog sticks or swapping their relative functions entirely.
Wow. That's a lot more than Joy to Key used to be able to do.
Though less critical, you can also adjust the intensity of the controller's basic vibration functionality. Again, not proper HD rumble, with feedback coming from the controller as you dial in your preference. 8BitDo's ultimate software can also be used to manually assign macros, a series of inputs to a single button press. This is useful in a number of scenarios, like say creating an automatic Hadouken button for Street Fighter, or a quick build rearm process for Fortnite. Rather than record your inputs directly from the controller during the macro creation process, you manually assign buttons by picking them from a palette within the software. Up to 18 inputs per macro, which will also correspond to a flashing red around the home button when activated. Macros are definitely questionable in the context of competitive multiplayer games, but that fact doesn't detract from the benefit of having the option on the SN30 Pro Plus, which should prove in other scenarios.
Yeah, it's gonna that's questionable for a sort of competitive games. Like
you'd have to ban.
You're gonna use this. Yeah. Like you would get a lot of practice in with these controllers. Like, hey, I have these macro buttons. And like now, I think I'm really good. And then you go to an actual competition. It's like, oh, I don't have my macros anymore.
Apparently, 8BitDo claims that the rechargeable battery driving the controller in wireless mode can last for 20 hours. But unlike its previous controllers, the battery in the SN30 Pro Plus is removable via a simple hatch, and you can even put two AA batteries in its place for the same 20 hours of playtime. This flexibility is greatly appreciated, more so because you won't be stuck with a dead controller once the lifespan of included battery, like all batteries, eventually dries up. In nearly every aspect, the SN30 Pro Plus is an impressive product that goes above and beyond 8BitDo's previous offerings, and most competitors as well. But the only thing you could wish for was the independence to remap buttons or create macros without the use of 8BitDo's software. That's only worth pointing out because it adds a requirement to the process, but in general, using a tool is like playing with the controller. Pleasant experience. And the SN30 Pro Plus 8BitDo has delivered one of the best third-party controllers for Switch owners and a formidable option for PC users who have far more options to choose from. At only $50, it's only competitively priced in a market that tends to favor high prices for feature-rich peripherals. The SN30 Pro Plus is available in the US for $50 on Amazon, and interested European customers can pre-order on Amazon UK.
Nice. And coming late September.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, man.
Not too far away.
Alright, so we're going to look at a couple of indie games before we get to Kickstarters. The first one is Sojourn, which takes puzzle gaming to an ethereal realm. Ethereal, whatever you want to say.
Called the Sojourn.
Yeah. It looks really nice. It has that appealing visual aspect, a lot like Kumo, actually.
Looks neat.
Whoa.
Okay. Is this first person?
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
I mean, you're showing a lot of cool graphical stuff.
I want to see some actual gameplay. That's kind of what I'm
yeah. It looks like it's first person.
Not the kind of thing I'm really looking for. It does look visually appealing.
Yeah, it would be. Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does.
Oh, strike by having that music on for 5 seconds or a minute there. Oh, monetize it! Alright, so it doesn't look like it's something that I personally would play, but again, it does look beautiful, so...
It does look really nice, so... If you're into that sort of like visual puzzle sort of thing, then definitely take a look at this, coming out September 20th, 2019. For Xbox, PC,
now,
PS4.
this, however... Farming Simulator Fields of Mystria offers a gorgeous, nostalgic visual style. Alright, so what does that look like?
Okay. I don't know. Just kind of like some other game. It kind of looks like a little bit of Link to the Past and meets Stardew Valley. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know. Does it look like Stardew Valley meets Link to the Past?
So apparently, this is the character art down here, which is kind of nice. It's very, like you said, Stardew Valley. With this visual style reminiscent of certain 90s games, you'll be able to rekindle feelings of your childhood and a whole new farming experience.
Certain 90s games. Yeah. Certain ones.
That doesn't sell you the gameplay well. Fields of Mystria isn't a stranger to what makes these small-town farming games fun and invigorating. With the economic side of the simulation, you'll be able to partake in all your favorite farming activities, grow lush veggies, fish until you drop, or dig into mines for precious materials. You can take your hard-earned rewards and craft items to make life a little bit easier. That's especially important when you're pitting yourself against monsters that lurk in nearby ancient ruins. While there are treasures inside that are surely worth a pretty penny, you may find a secret about this mysterious town as well. When it comes to the social side of this quaint simulation, you'll be able to place yourself right in the thick of it with your own customizable character. Meander with the masses by mingling with over 30 townspeople, each their own story to tell. Perhaps you may have to overcome personal trauma with them. You could even find love with one of the 10 marriage candidates. You'll want to leave your legacy for your future generations, right? So, yeah, this is basically... I wish they had more screenshots, honestly, because it's the same screenshot every time. It's the farm, it's the farm, it's the farm.
So what I'm seeing, it's Stardew Valley Farm and Fuck Simulator. What?
Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen a few of these, and I've played some of them, and they're usually pretty good. I'd probably give it a go, but I'd need to see a little bit more.
This isn't my sort of thing.
Really.
So. Yeah.
Alright, so... Io the Clown uses playful tools for delightful platforming. This looked like almost the same type of layering that they used in Little Big Planet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Little Big Planet,
and that,
yeah.
like, really got me like, okay, maybe we should take a look at this. And it doesn't look bad at all. It looks like, again, Little Big Planet. Your dog's missing, you need to hop your way through some colorful, vibrant, adorable worlds of treacherous yet silly hazards to bring him home. Drawing inspiration from Donkey Kong Country and Mario titles, Io the Clown follows the title character across 8 worlds of devious, playful mechanisms that stand between you and your missing pup. Io's a skilled clown, though, and can put balloons to use to help him float, create a sword, fight with, or toss a water balloon at his troubles. Not that the cheerful clown is above using a tank or a helicopter to also get the job done. Jesus. You mess with Io's dog, you get what you deserve. Alright, let's have a look at the gameplay trailer.
In case these water balloons don't work, we could totally call in the airstrike.
Okay. Oh, it's good though. Like it's flowing very well. Whoa. Holy crap, yeah, this is very Little Big Planet.
Oh, yes it is. That bird just tried to shit. Yes, it does.
That's kind of cool. Use the balloon sword. I want to see that.
Volume's a bit loud, by the way.
I mean to actually mute that most of the times, Peter. I just keep forgetting. Because I'm all like, it's a game! I do, I make that. Well, there's the tank. Just squishing people. Alright. Collect accessories. Oh, scooter!
Fucking... Oh, we got the scooter!
A little bit. I mean... Alright. This looks very nice as well. Beautiful visions of time traveling, communication with the dead to solve crimes, ninja picnics, monster villages. It can only be Trailer Tuesday. Alright, let's have a look at Cris Tales. I muted it this time. Huh.
Gotcha.
Ooh, classic RPGs. Oh wow, so far the animated cutscenes are nice. Oh. Oh shit, this actually is pretty good.
Ooh.
Whoa! Oh yeah, it's an RPG. Shit, I forgot about that.
Oh. What? Oh.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, dude. Oh. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, please. Oh, there's a playable demo already?
On Steam.
Oh.
Looks like they have a few more other games here, but I'm not really looking at those.
Cris Tales, it's called, by the way. Cris Tales.
Alright, so now we're going to get into our Kickstarters, and one of these are going to look familiar. Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger for the Nintendo Switch.
This is a game that already exists.
So they can release it on the Nintendo Switch. It's already been fully funded.
G'day, I'm Lindsay.
Oh.
Hi, my name's some random Australian dude. Hi, my name is Peter, and I'm from Australia. We got dingoes and boomerangs and everything, so why don't you come out down to this Kickstarter here and give us some of your money?
Tasmania. Oi! Leave me out of this. What?
We got video games and money. What better thing can we do than to bring them to the Switch? You don't know how to use a boomerang, you stupid fuck.
Pretty far
No, not him.
Australia,
this guy.
Well, so is New Zealand, really, but.
Tassie.
Both of them are, as far as I know. Like, you wouldn't be able to see them from land.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, so they're doing an update on it. That's
hey, we got
so we don't really need to talk about this too much because if you're familiar with the game, it's very much a Banjo-Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot type game. So and yeah, they have 24 days ago. They're already backed by like a mile. Obviously, there was a following for this game, so it didn't take them long to hit the
And if you contribute to our Kickstarter, we'll give you coffee.
Specific.
I don't know. It was in the trailer. So he had a big thing of coffee, just dumped it into a cup. I don't know. But yeah, if you play this game, it's pretty good.
Vinyl soundtrack. That's kind of cool.
And for you blokes that like to listen to the music on the old record player, we've got this thing here that you can put on
an actual coffee mode.
And they dump like a whole
shorts.
And you get this here bird on the side of the cup.
So I can poop out through the back. That'd be awesome. That'd be very messy though.
You got holes in the front and the back.
Anyways, moving on to our next Kickstarter. To the rescue, a dog shelter simulator. They're looking for 21,000. They've already been. They've already been fully funded in only 2 days.
A dog rescue simulator.
People like their pets.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love animals. It's just
I know they don't even really like. They'd rather have the paper usually. Okay, you guys like your pets.
Yeah, my name's Olivia Dunlap, and this here's Tanner Marshall. I don't know why we're still Australian. Even though my Australian accent's not very good.
It's kind of changing over time.
It's not good at all.
No, stop licking your asshole. What's wrong with you? So this is kind of cool. I can see the appeal in this.
We got
I don't
dogs.
think it'd be something I would play though.
We got dogs. We got cats. No, we've got dogs. We've got cats. We've even got birds in here.
White portrait mode phone video. And no, it isn't.
And when you come in today, you could spin the random animal wheel and get the animal that you
Now
spit on the
he's full-on
wheel.
American again. Anyways. Alright, so $15 gets a copy of the game on Steam. So they're not looking for too much for the copies of the game, so that's good.
Sorry, Peter.
And they're actually not putting out ridiculous things either. Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, when someone lives somewhere crazy, like another country or something that you haven't visited, then sure, yeah. Being able to pledge this much money to help them and also go on a trip would be fantastic. What?
Hey, listen. I've got accents, guys, but Australian's not one of them. Okay. I was just throwing shit out there because it was,
You heard how badly it devolved to like, oh, hey guys, this is my Australian accent all of a sudden. It's the same as my regular one. It's like, come on, Scott.
Look, I stopped trying after a while, okay? We're talking about a dog simulator game. I'm sorry, an animal shelter simulator game.
I like the thought behind it. I don't know.
Oh, I think it's a great idea. It's just something that's just up my alley.
Project success, which is complete. 2 additional NPCs, done. Town map, done. They haven't updated it yet, but outdoor play space, done. Additional player character, done. New dog breed, done. Their next one is new dog animations. They're almost at the point where they don't have any new stretch goals. That's how much people are backing this game. So that's a good thing. Good for them. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anybody to misunderstand me. I'm not trying to shit on this game or anything. I'm just saying that this is not something.
And I probably wouldn't play it either.
Simulator games just have never been interesting to me, and I would have a very hard time giving any sort of real advice to this thing. Yeah. But if you like those sort of things, this may be
I know right now. If I show this to Robin, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, when is this coming out?" So yeah, I know she'll definitely want to play something like this, just because she'll enjoy I can play with all kinds of different dogs.
I'm just gonna have an animal shelter, and it's gonna only be corgis. It's gonna be 7,000 corgis all in one place, because that's the dogs I like.
All right, our new game,
That's
Vivid,
why.
a Kirby-vania-inspired adventure. Now,
fucking excuse me.
They're looking for 11,265. They're only at 723. They have 26 days to go.
Did they say Kirby Vania?
You'll see it.
This had better impress me, or I'm going to be mad.
I'm putting it out there right now. I actually didn't mind it. Once there was this one stage they keep showing her that has paper in the background, but it's this one. It's literally the beginning level to show you how to play the game. Otherwise, I think it looks charming. I think it looks like it's very well flowing for a platformer and stuff.
What makes it
I think
Kirby?
You can take in
the level design,
some powers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, see, she has an axe in one part, and she had a sword in another part, and she just ran away on a star, which is
also extremely Kirby, and now we're pop star sprites. What the fuck?
Whoa! Where are all those arrows? Jesus. So yeah, I think the game looks nice actually.
I'm 50-50 on this. Like, maybe it's just me. I'm not a fan of the art design. I like the idea, and I think like this is another one of those games that I would get past the art design because
it also
I want to play the
reminds me
game.
of like Paper Mario or like what's another game that's very similar to this? Well, yeah.
Kirby. This if you've played Kirby Superstar, this very much strikes me as like an extension to the Great Cave Offensive.
Yeah. I can see that. So, no.
Which isn't a bad thing because the Great Cave Offensive was which was the best game in all of Kirby Superstar.
Yeah,
because it was so huge.
Looks like
yes, it did.
$20 for a copy of the game, which is not too bad. Release date will be September 2020.
Not terrible. But like I said, I would definitely get past the visuals just to give this a try. So that's our Knuckle Joe. So instead of Knuckle Joe, we have Slam Jim.
One GIF here alone. My God, I find this terribly hilarious right now.
So instead of oh my God, this so hurts. So no Knuckle Joe, we get Slam Jim.
The Toadster. Hey. Wart? At least someone brought back Wart. So yeah, it looks like she has a bow, she has an axe, and a sword. Then there's Scab. Wait. Okay, that needs to be renamed, dude.
And now we have Fustering Postule. What? Or Fustering Pop? I'm done talking until we're moving on.
Alright, we're going to move on to our next game anyways, our next Kickstarter, which is Blazing Strike, a 2D fighting game. Now, this is a work in progress. They are looking for $92,000. They've only got $17,900. I took a look at it. It didn't look...
Oof.
It didn't
this
look
had better
horrible,
impress me because when it comes to fighting games,
but again, you'll see it's also work in progress. Like some of the characters aren't even finished.
Right. So, all right. Let's take a look.
Of course,
I'm going to be very critical of this. I'm warning you because I am a fighting game dude. So like I have to be. All right.
Yeah, like you can see that some of the parts in it are still paper based, they're still drawings as opposed to animated.
I'm gonna be critical on the gameplay, not the art style.
But just in case anyone's wondering what's going on. Whoa! Oh, I forgot about her. And they only showed her for a second. Come on, man.
Does look like there's plenty of waifu material. That kind of goes with any fighting game, I think, at this point.
I forgot about her. There you go, Scott.
There you go. There's your waifu material.
So yeah, like I said, it doesn't look terrible. I don't know if $92,000 is warranted.
No, I don't think so at all. And it looks like that they have a relatively decent fighting game in the works. I don't understand why they're looking for almost 100,000 Canadian. I don't get it at all. Looking past all of the visual problems that it seems to have because it's a work in progress. No. It doesn't look bad. And I think that, like, if most of it goes towards, like, your visuals, sure. But at the same time, you know, this is another one of those you have to be really careful with fighting games because, you know, there needs to be something that draws you to it. And this is where I'm going to be critical. There's nothing interesting about these characters. Nothing. Even like the main character with his blue arm, there's nothing.
So perhaps
there's
what we
really
need
nothing.
More than anything is a little more character development and, like, you know, a reason to get behind these characters so that, like, we have a reason to want to play the game. And
so the point that I was trying to make before, I think that I probably is that the characters just don't seem to have anything special to them. Like the main blue arm dude was doing tetsus and fireballs. It's like, come on, there has to be something different and something new with these characters to make them stand out from other fighting games.
Yeah.
And you know, you could just tell that that's the Ken and Ryu of the game, like there. Yeah. These guys are going to be rivals or something like that, and you know, it's like, come on, like, you know, like the super booby waifu character up there is going to be the Chun-Li of the game. She's going to be fast and use lots of kicks and all that stuff. It's like, come on. Yeah, I mean, you're obvious geef. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you need to do something new. It's like, while they don't really look like Ken and Ryu, I mean, the guy on the left is just so fucking martial arts generic, it hurts. And the guy on the right just reminds me of fucking K-Dash. So it's like, again, nothing new. There's literally fucking nothing new.
So, again, I think if there's some way that you can help develop your character profiles and the story behind them kind of thing, so if there's a reason for us to be like, okay, cool, I want to know more about this guy. Like, I want to, you know. Display driver stopped responding and has recovered. Can you guys still hear Scott? Just to be sure.
Hoping so. But, yeah, it's just like something different. Something different has to come of these characters, or it's just like, this is just another fighting game.
Alright, so they are looking for only $25 for a copy of the game, so hopefully, maybe once we see what happens with their Kickstarter and what they do with the game itself, we might be able to update you guys on that as well. So, So our last Kickstarter of the night is another atmospheric type game called Hourglass. It's a first-person puzzle adventure. They're looking for $56,514. They currently have $30,261. And they still have 28 days to go, so they're actually doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of these, like, very... Oh, whoa, wait, what's going on with those... Okay, the wind is super strong. Because those palm trees... yeah, and so the clouds are moving way too fast. That's the first things, like, I notice right now. Look at the palm trees. What in the hell is happening with those palm trees?
They're right.
Okay, see, the fronds here in this scene aren't too bad, and the palm trees here look good. Maybe it was just super windy there.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, I like the floating continents kind of thing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, graphically it doesn't look terrible.
Oh yeah. Again, like, I'd like to see more gameplay. Like, I hope it's not
first
person again. Again, what's with the fast? Like, I know we're up high, but like, should the trees be freaking out like that? Like, it's just always windy. That's the only thing I'm not getting about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, graphically it looks pretty good.
Right?
Oh, okay. What? Oh, it is first person.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah, no, see, personally, this is, I'm not into first person games all that much.
Yeah.
At all, really. Like Skyrim and like Fallout, those are my go-tos for first-person games. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd sooner have a third person for a puzzle exploration type game like that.
Yeah. Like being able to see your character, I feel, is like extremely important in those sort of things.
Oh God, yes. Okay, so they're looking at $30 for a copy of the game. Ooh, that's a hefty one though.
Yeah.
So yeah, so far, from what I've seen of the game so far, I don't know if it warrants $56,000 again. There is a demo out for it as well. It's been featured in a few places. Yeah, it's all first person.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how good the game is, you know. So it's always one of those like.
Oh, okay. This is kind of shown. Basically, you switch this blue view, and you make yourself do what you want, what you'd like to be able to do. Then you reset it, and then your image goes off and does it.
Oh.
And so that, yeah, okay. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like playing Portal 2 by yourself.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Well, that's different.
Yeah. So again, it does look nice. I just wish we could see more of her character.
Yeah.
Or at least offer a third-person view as an alternate way of playing, maybe. That's just me. All right. Well, that's everything, everyone. That is the end of the podcast tonight. I know it was a long one. I know we had some issues.
Oh yeah.
I will be looking into getting my video card repaired. I haven't had a chance to actually get it weighed and wrapped and sent off because I've literally just been busy with everything all the time. So
Yeah.
and,
That is an understatement.
so anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. Big thank you to Greggy from Kumo, the developer for Kumo, for dropping by for the interview and to give us a bit more information about the game and its inspiration and all that good stuff. It was pretty awesome, and hopefully we can get some more indie developers on here for interviews and
Yes,
join
that
us
would
for
be
podcasts
great.
and stuff. I know we have one of the people in our server right now, in our Discord server, DMP Design. He's also a successful indie game developer as well, so we might have him on at some point just to pick his brain as well. So but other than that, have yourselves a good evening. I'm going to see if we can't find someone fun to switch it over to. If you have anything else to say.
If you guys are interested, I'm going to be streaming Dauntless relatively soon in like the next few minutes. I'm just going to take enough time to eat. So if you guys are interested in coming over and chatting with me over on my channel to watch and play some Dauntless with me, then more than welcome to come on over.
Indeed. And for the time being, we're going to throw you over to Mr. DP Whale. He's playing some ActRaiser. I know what he did.
Ooh.
I know what he was doing. You smart bastard. Getting the post-premium reason. Alright, anyways, have yourselves a good evening. Say hello to DP Whale, throwing up those Bomberman emotes. And I'll see you again soon. We'll both see
Have
you
a good
again
night.
soon. Bye-bye.